Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and welcome to the International Seminar on Student Happiness and Wellbeing in University Life. The Honorable Vice Rector for Partnership and Entrepreneurship of Universitas Islam Indonesia, the Honorable Speakers, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Praise be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the Almighty God, who has given us health and strength, so we are able to gather in this place all together. Salawat and salam may we always deliver to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness era to the Islamiyah era. My name is Ahmad Priyansah, as the Master of Ceremony of our today's International Seminar session. In this occasion, I would like to reveal the agenda for this morning. The first, opening. The second, Al-Quran recitation. The third, singing Indonesia Raya and hymn of Universitas Islam Indonesia. The fourth, welcoming remarks. The fifth, seminar session. And lastly, closing. Let's start our today's seminar by reciting Basmalah together. Next agenda is reciting Holy Quran that will be recited by Lalu Indra Ramadan, student from Faculty of Law of Universitas Islam Indonesia, who will recite Quran Surah Al-Mujadalah, verse 11 and 12. To Lalu Indra, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. تفسحوا في المجالس إذا قيل لكم تفسحوا في المجالس فافسحوا يفسح الله لكم وإذا قيل انشزوا فانشزوا يرفع الله يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والله بما تعملون خبير. يا إذا ناجيتم الرسول فقدموا بين يدي نجواكم صدقة ذلك خير لكم وأطهر. فإن لم تجدوا فإن الله غفور رحيم. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Sadaqallahul Azim. May the Al-Quran recitation gives blessing to us. The next agenda is singing Indonesia Raya and hymn of Universitas Islam Indonesia. Please stand up. Please be seated. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to transit you to the next agenda, welcoming remarks. These welcoming remarks will be delivered by Vice Rector for Partnership and Entrepreneurship of Universitas Islam Indonesia, Dr. Wiryono Raharjo. To Dr. Wiryono, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma sholli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the honorable guest speakers, Professor Wichol Kim from Inha University, Korea, Dr. Nur Asma binti Amin from University of Kuala Lumpur, and my colleagues, Dr. Dian Sari Utami, the Director of Partnerships of Universitas Islam Indonesia. And I have to apologize, I'm not supposed to be here actually, but the rector assigned me to to speak in his behalf, and there's no special message relating to the student happiness. So I'm talking here coming from my own perspective of happiness. But let me first ask you a question. Are you happy? That's good, right? You're coming here to seek for happiness, right? You know that there's one country in very small country in located between China and India. It's called Bhutan. Yeah. They have how do you call it? They develop an indicator to measure the happiness. It's called gross national of happiness, right? So, what is happiness? I don't know. But this morning I had a little chat with my colleagues, Dr. Dian, and for me, happiness is about solving the problems. If we can solve the problems, then we're happy. But there's so many problems, right, in our life. So let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is Wiryono Raharjo, and I'm a lecturer for architecture, right? I want to share a little bit a perspective in my field. Right, because we do design every time. We teach design, and there's a literature called problem seeking. Problem seeking. You can design only if you know the problem. If you don't know the problem, then you cannot solve the problem. I mean, what are you going to solve, right? So, I think to be happy is to know the problems. That's the first. I don't know. You can this is a debate. I suppose you're going to have a debate today about that, right? And talking about student happiness, I have some examples to share. Sorry if this is, I'm not supposed to give a lecture or something, but that's just to kick off the discussion. I have students that she never come to my class, right? So last year I failed her because she never come to the class, right? And then she came back to retake the subject, right? And she repeated the attitude, only come once, once in a while coming, and sometimes talk to me. And up to now, she just gone. I don't know why. And then we call the parents, and apparently she's not. There's a problems of relationship, with the parents, and she got addicted to games, computer game, right? So she did not come to the class because she have a different interest. Right? And other students actually don't want to study architecture but the parents insist him to study architectures. So he's not happy with that, right? So there's a lot of things to discuss about happiness, right? One common problem is financial, because that's what I experienced some years ago when I did my doctorate program. I got scholarships, but only enough to support my living costs, right? But I cannot do a research, right? So I have to work, right? And that was in Australia, right? And luckily, the government of Australia have a system that allows students to take part-time job. So, you know, I can do that. I can fulfill, you know, I can solve the financial problem through part-time job. So I think, you know, it takes many, parties, right? If you talk about university, university needs to have units, right, that support the student well-being, right, that enables students to be happy to study, right, because that's part of the you know, to be happy or study is part of the requirements, you know, to reach the success, right? So I guess that's all I can, you know, deliver this morning to kick off the discussions. I hope you enjoy and learn from the three guest speakers, and you know, I hope you can have a fruitful discussions through this seminar. Thank you very much, and let me close. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Wiryono, for delivering the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the seminar session, which will be delivered by our distinguished speakers. This session will be moderated by Dr. Herman Fellaini, lecturer in Communications Department of Universitas Islam Indonesia. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Herman Fellaini.
Thank you very much, our MC, Apri, for the very nice welcoming remarks and introductions. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, very good morning to all of us. Alhamdulillah, it's very good to be here. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to assist our three distinguished speakers today, Professor Wichol Kim, Dr. Azma, and also Dr. Diansari Utami, for a very important topic. And Dr. Wing, I think our Vice Rector has just highlighted that this is a very important topic because everyone is looking for this, right? Happiness, okay? So I'm not going to be, flowery about this topic, because some of you probably come because you are very happy, but some of you probably come because you are not happy, or you are not really happy, right? Okay, so to talk about this topic, this is a very important topic because according to the World Happiness Report 2023, they report it every year. So I think I'm going to move to Finland. But not this time, right? Not in this freezing time, winter time. Because Finland, according to the report, is like the happiest country in the world. And Indonesia, good news, we're happy, but our rank is 84 out of 100 something countries. Okay, so I don't know. I've never been to Finland. Maybe Dr. Wing, Professor Kim, Mbak Ilham, Butiwi maybe has been there many times, but I think, I'm not sure I'll be happy there. So let's check whether we're really happy, or maybe Pak Arif Fajar maybe would like to go to Finland. Okay, in this winter time, freezing time. So to talk about this topic, I'm going to have like 3 distinguished speakers with us. And the first one is very special. Annyeonghaseyo, Oppa. I watched too many Korean drama, Professor Kim, forgive me. The first speaker will be Professor Wichol Kim from Inha University, Korea. I would like to call 3 of our speakers to come to the stage, come forward. And then the second one is technologist Dr. Nuz Azma Amin from University Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay. Selamat datang, Professor. Okay. Sudah makan nasi lemak pagi ini? Belum ya? Gudeg ya? And then the third speaker is my college, Dr. Rerna Diansari Utami, SPC MA. So please, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please let's welcome 3 of our speakers. Yes, Professor, maybe let me read like just a brief CV. I'm not going to be very long. So it's okay, 3 of you can sit on this, the nice couch that we have. That one's supposed to be my seat, Professor Kim, but if you want to be there. Because you're the star should be in the center, okay. Yes. Yeah, yes, my seat is better, okay. But this one is, the payment is higher, okay. So I would like to check whether these are really, guys are really the students of Universitas Islam Indonesia, because Butiwi and the team really wants to make sure that all of the students of UII is happy. And just to add, Dr. Wing, actually one of the founders of this university, who is also the founder of this country, Dr. Hatta said actually the goal of independence is to make the people happy. So what we seek more is not only being free and independent, but being happy. And also, actually, my brothers, Mr. Arif's head of student affairs, the director of student affairs job, actually. Okay, to make everyone happy. So, let me check from Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science. Sound, please, voice. Yay. Okay. From Psychology and Sociocultural Sciences. You're not supposed to be here because you have learned a lot about psychology and mental health, right? Okay, Faculty of Law? They are happy. Okay, that's good. Okay, Industrial Engineering? Sorry, I mean Industrial Technology, FTI? Okay, Civil Engineering and Planning, FTSP, Pak Wing students? Oh, busy with the game maybe? No, okay, that's good. And economics, maybe? Business and economics? Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay. Islamic Studies, yes, Faculty of Islamic Studies. Oh, yeah. It's easy for them to be happy. They read the Holy Quran more than us. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Professor Kim, okay, maybe can you show again the CV of Professor Kim? The first one, our speaker, Professor Kim from Inha University. He is a professor in College of Business Administration, Inha University, from 2005 up to this present. So for your information, Professor Kim has conducted research in indigenous, organizational, and cultural psychology. That's actually his main interest. He has published over 200 articles and 20 books and monographs, including individualism and collectivisms. And some of them becomes like the very important books. It's like the Bible of the indigenous and cultural psychology. So he said he forgot about it already, but I think we still keep reading those books, right? So Professor Kim, you can start your presentation for 35 to 40 minutes. I'll put the timer just in case, if you want to check like how many minutes you left. I'll put it on the table, I'll turn it on. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Professor Kim, and I hope he can help us to find out why almost 30% Indonesians, adolescents, according to the research from UGM team and Queensland University, they conducted research last year that almost 1/3 of Indonesian adolescents having mental problem. We're supposed to be happy, but mental problems. Okay, Professor Kim, let's give big round of applause for Professor Ichoki.
Pointer for...
Yeah, you can start from here.
Okay.
Yeah, the pointer is there.
So,
Yes, of course.
It's nice to be back. Last time I was here, I gave a lecture at Faculty of Economics, and I do research with engineers on occupational safety. I work with doctors in terms of quality of health, and I work in the area of IT in terms of digital economy and digital platform. So as a psychologist, the most important thing is not technology, it's not medicine, it's about people. Because even though we're architecture or lawyer, I work with law professors on human rights and Islam. And people are create buildings, we build bridges, and we also provide healthcare. So let me ask you the question. Do you want to be happy, healthy, and live long? Do you know how? You have a problem. And as you said, if you have a problem, if you solve it, then you'll be happy. The answer is very simple. Use your brain. Do you know how to use your brain? You have a problem. We know how to use our hands, we know legs, but how to use our brain? Because brain is the place where all the memory, emotion, rationality, morality is located. We need to stimulate that part of the brain. Or you can stimulate another part that makes you angry, frustrated, and aggressive. So religions can do that, give you peace or make you angry. Science can do that. So the secret to health and mental health is understanding your experiences. Experiences are the basis of your happiness. But what kind of experience do you have? As Vice Rector said, if you solve a problem, you feel good. Why? Because your brain secretes dopamine. So you need challenge. So comfortable life is comfortable, but will not make you happy because you're keeping your brain the same. So I will tell you about the secrets of happiness, health, and living long. And so the first question that I ask, where do you live? It's a philosophical question rather than geographical question, because if, maybe they should sit down on the chair because they can, maybe you can go down because I think sitting there is very uncomfortable for 3 hours. It'll make them miserable and stressed, so. Yeah, no. If you live in a world that exists, we're an animal. You know that you're an animal, right? Homo sapiens. We come from the great ape family. If you go to Kalimantan, you'll meet your relative called orangutan, okay? But we're closest to chimpanzees and bonobo monkey. We share 98.8% of the genes. Only 1.2% separate us from chimpanzee. And human beings share 99.9% of the genes. So only 0.1% separates 7 billion people. But do you behave like an animal? Some people do. But hopefully you don't behave like chimpanzees and orangutan. And the reason is we live in a world that we have created. And that's culture. I speak English because I grew up in Toronto, Canada. And now I have returned to Korea. Sorry, I cannot sing and dance. I'm not a K-pop star. And this is culture. Culture is the software of the mind. It runs the body. It runs our brain. Brain doesn't run us. We run our brain. So you have to understand your culture, your psychology. Then the third is the future. Do you want to be depressed? I can make you depressed very quickly. Does anyone who wants to be depressed? If you want to be depressed, give up hope. Give up faith. Give up love. And that's what religion is all about. Life is suffering, historically. But religions gave up hope about the future. Of course, about heaven, but I don't know what's there yet. But in the present life. If you have hope, then you will be happier. If you have faith, if you believe in other people, then you'll be happier. And if you can share your love with other people, then you'll be happier. So these are philosophies, and every religion pursues that. But do you know how? Well, you have to be creative. You have to be innovative. And so you have to understand how your brain works. So human body is a hardware, like architecture is a hardware. But IT is a software that controls the air and the atmosphere. So our hardware is enclosed by our skin, and every individual have a different hardware. But what is more important is the software. So when you meet people, do you know them? How do you get to know them? You begin a conversation. It is the software of the mind. And one of the richest things that we have is the neuron. Imagine having $100 billion. Would you be rich? We have 100 billion neurons. And it can connect 100 trillion times. But do you connect all your neurons? In your lifetime, maybe 10%. We don't use our brain, and we don't connect our brain. And there is a difference between AI and what we call our brain. AI is based on data. It doesn't have any experience. It combines, permutates, and gives you the answer. So computers are very good in processing and storage. But computers don't have intuition, empathy, insight, morality. It doesn't have experience, simply data. It is not related to anything. So, and it's not able to engage. So if you want to be happy, you have to have attachment relationship. You have to experience new aspects, and you have to be related, engaged, and have coherence. If you want to be depressed and stressed, do you want me to tell you another solution? Be alone, okay? If you're alone, research indicates it kills you. You live 10 years shorter. You're more likely to be depressed, you're more likely to be stressed and angry. And how can you be alone? Use your smartphone. Be very careful. Smartphone can make you stupid. Social media can alienate you. Why? Because you're not talking to people. You're not engaging with people. You're stimulated by the screen, okay? And the reason why 30% of Indonesians have mental health problem is the same as in Korea. We spend too much time on screen, interacting with information and sending emojis. So if you send and receive emoji, does it make you happy? It makes you smile, but it lasts 1 second. Okay? So when you see a baby, play with a baby, does it make you happy? Yes, because it secretes oxytocin. Computer does not. The computer and artificial intelligence is very comfortable, is very convenient, is very productive. But be careful. It makes you stupid, lonely, and depressed. The more you use it, more stressed, depressed, lonely you become. So I do research on Gen Zs, and they're very digitally connected. It's called digital native. They're born with these computer things. I go around the world, I arrive at Jakarta airport, you have children and they stick a smartphone and they watch the smartphone from very early age. So you can have lunch, you can have peace. I'm staying in a Marriott Hotel, Jogja, smartphone. Parents don't raise their children, smartphone raise their children. So can they communicate? Can they love their parents? Can they have faith? They won't have religion. How could you have religion if you don't have experience? So the reason why young generations are depressed and stressed is because they have a comfortable life. They don't have experience. They don't know how to engage, communicate, develop relationship. Developing relationship is very stressful, but you have to overcome the stress. Then your body will release endorphin. No pain, no gain. If you don't use your brain, then you won't have gains. You have to use your brain, like exercising. If you exercise, your muscles hurt. If you make new connections in your brain, it hurts. It makes you very tired. But once you understand, then your brain secretes endorphin. That makes you feel good. That connects your brain. So stress is when you don't understand, when you have incoherence, I don't understand, such as getting lost, and you're running around in a motorbike, how do I get home? But once you find home, then all that stress is gone. You have to find a solution, okay? So coherence is important. And that's what culture provides when you go home. That's what religion provides. It provides a sense of coherence. And I'll stick to the conclusion because I'm in Islamic University. I wrote 2 books about Islam on democracy and human rights and everything that is wrong with the current Islam. But recently I found result that was very surprising. I have not found this in anywhere else. Spirituality increases your self-confidence. It increases your well-being. But there's a difference between Bandung and Jogja. Spirituality connected to practicing religion increases your well-being and your self-confidence. But if you just practice religion as a formality and don't connect to your spirituality, it has no effect. So in Christianity, I'm a Christian, we differentiate between churchgoers and Christians. All the Americans and Europeans will go to church on Christmas and Easter. They do not benefit from spirituality because the goal is to exchange presents. So Europeans and Americans are depressed because they have lost their connection to their spiritual life. Then Bhutan has high happiness because they have spirituality. But you need to get rid of the problems, and money solves the problem. But money does not make you happy. Okay? Money can get rid of the problems that you have. And if you have so many problems, you can't be happy. If you cannot feed your family, you cannot have a nice home. But having a nice home, I have a nice home, I have a nice car, but does it make you happy? No, it is the basis of your life. Happiness are defined by 2 things: experience. Be with good people that you can share. Secondly, relationship. So we have to understand the psychology that you have learned. Most of it is old and outdated and is wrong. It does not help to understand you at the present. So one of the things that we believe, we're born with a gene. We're born as leader, born smart, and our genes would determine our future, and this is not correct. We're born with 20 to 25,000 genes, but there is something called epigenetics. So at the age of 10, 40, 70, you have the same genes, but you're different because your mental health, diet, gender, amount of sleep, physical health is influencing which turn is turned on and in what volume and how it's connected to one another. So we are born with the genes, but you have to turn it on. Monkeys and dogs can be empathetic, but we have to raise them that way. Dogs in the wild don't have any empathy. But when you raise dogs and treat them that way, their brain is stimulated. But in nature, it's not stimulated. Chimpanzees are very violent, aggressive. So even though they can be empathetic, it's not turned on, it's not stimulated. So these are some of the things that increases epigenetics. What you eat, how you exercise, whether you're exposed to disease, toxic chemicals, drugs, your financial status, your sleep pattern, your psychological state, whether you take medicine, alternative medicine, and the most important, social interaction. When you have social interaction that is caring and sharing, your genes are turned on. When you have social interaction that are violent and aggressive, that part of the brain is turned on. So the same religion can give you peace and happiness or make you violent and aggressive. What do you turn on? And you have a choice. So we believe there's a left brain and a right brain, and certain brain controls certain parts of your body. This is incorrect. That's the old psychology and medicine. We have 100 billion and 100 trillion neurons. And now we have fMRI. We can take pictures of how our brain is functioning when we hear, when we see, when we speak, and when we think. And different part of the brain is turned on. So my colleague, Gerhard Huther at Göttingen, said, human beings are born with a potential. And if they live in a supportive community and engage each other and contribute, they're happy. And I just described Finland. The weather is terrible, food is terrible. I don't recommend you go there. But they're connected to nature. They're connected to each other. Sweden is also miserable. Germany is also miserable. But Germans do not engage like Swedes and Finns. And so he said, the human brain is a social construction. It's a biological entity, but it is constructed through your experience. And so our neurons are separated, but through experience, they're connected. So which part of your brain is connected? And how do you connect your brain? So we're born with neurons, and when we learn how to walk or ride a motorcycle, it gets connected. And the more you practice, more effective it becomes. So if you drive a motorcycle in Jogja, you don't have to think, you drive, okay? When I tried to drive a car in Jogja, I went crazy. It's a nightmare. Because you don't see the motorbike, you hear them. And you have to turn left. When you don't see it, what do? You turn left, you have to give a signal, and turn slowly. And the bikes dance with you. So you have to learn how to dance with the car in Jogja. Because people don't follow rules. Okay? In Germany, everybody follows rules. And as a result, if you follow rules, you're safe. So even though I've been driving for a long time all over the world, I do not have confidence that I can drive in Jogja. Worse in Jakarta, because I don't see the people. I don't know how people drive. So when you learn how to drive a motorcycle, your brain is connected. And the more you drive your motorcycle, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think. And whenever information comes from your five senses, it goes to your spinal cord. It's connected to your emotion and feeling. The notion that we have to be objective is making us inhumane. We cannot be objective because we have memory and feelings. So any experience we have, memory and feelings are connected. So objectivity in science makes us very unhuman, and we cannot understand what we call objective information. So he said, everybody has potential, and you develop your potential with the support and co-creation of your parents, family, and community. And don't treat people like an object, men, women, Muslim, Christian, Indonesian, Javanese. You're putting them in categories. You're putting them in jails, and you're defining them in this little category. They have experiences. So you have to recognize the hidden potential, and you have to help to unfold their potential. The biggest problem in university is they educate, and students do not learn. As you said, well, why should I come to the lecture? I don't learn anything. Probably that students came to the class because, oh, wow, I'm learning something. This is interesting. I want to come again. Whereas game is much more stimulating. So we have to change our educational system, focus on ranking, focus on grade, focusing on performance to learning. Because if you learn, it stimulates endorphins. It stimulates dopamine. You feel good. But do you feel good learning? Well, because the educational system is too bureaucratic. They tell you to get the grades, the right answer, not the process of learning. So this is what you need to do. And everybody's different in what makes you engaged, inspired. So the question is, what inspires you? What is the goal that you have for life? Okay? Your parents said, oh, major in architecture or get this grade. No. Parents are worried, and so they try to make you happy, but their experiences are in the past. And you know what happens when you have a long life? You experience twice as more negative events than good events. You get to a traffic accident, you get betrayed by people, and there are many things you cannot control. And so they worry, they're anxious, they're fearful, and they project that to the children. Be careful, don't trust people. And as a result, they're miserable. So parents can make you miserable, afraid, anxious. They're treating like a chimpanzee. But if you listen to the worries and anxiety of your parents, you'll be unhappy. So what do? Change your parents. No, I don't mean get rid of them. Make them happy. Make them have hope. Make them children once again. Curious. And experience food together. And make the food together. Travel together. If you listen to your parents, most of it is good, but some of it is very negative. Change the negative aspect. And just ask your parents, does Quran tell us to worry or to have faith? Does Quran tell you to believe people or distrust them? Does Quran tell us to love and share or to feed only our family? So you're teaching us something that is not in the Quran or Hadith. Why don't we read the Quran again? Okay, so these emotions are something we need to teach. So chimpanzee, bonobo monkey, can communicate using symbols and language. But there's a problem. They cannot teach their children how to use this symbol. So when Kanzi dies, everything he learns will disappear. Humans are different because our learning, we can put it in art, music, in books. So our children can learn, but learn through experience, not memorization. Korean students are very good at memorization and getting right answer, but they're not creative, they're not happy. And basically they're stupid because they don't know how to use their brain. You can get the right answer, but do you know why? How does it relate to you? So what do you have to do? Positive engagement. You cannot do this computer, social media, or smartphone. You have to meet. You have to talk. You have to work together. It connects our brain cells. Smartphones do not. So what is important, we're born with a body. And we have to develop a software. And the first is experience. Riding a bicycle, learning how to walk. Children are naturally happy. They're naturally curious because they have to make the connections. But the most important is family. And this is what psychology did not examine. Piaget studies his children by locking them up 3 hours a day. So Piaget theory, there's no parents. So how could children grow up without parents, right? Freud said we have sexual attraction to our mother, and we fear that our father would castrate our penis if he discovered. Does it make sense? We're driven by violence and sex? No, he's incorrect. We know we can control our instinct, and our parents teach us how. So we learn about the world through our parents. So let me ask you another question. What are the 2 core values of Indonesia? What are the 2 most important values that Indonesians share? Do you know? Togetherness, yes. You're Indonesian, you don't know your own cultural value? You have to do research. You have to collect thousands of surveys, and this is what I did when I was at UGM with many of our colleagues who are still here. 2 things, caring and sharing. You trust your parents because they care for me and we can share. And your friends. Caring and sharing are the 2 core values. And if you care and share, your brain cell gets connected and it makes you happy. And when are Indonesians are happy? Eating, okay? When you're eating food together, you're caring and sharing. And when you see children, when you take care of them. However, how much time do you spend caring and sharing one another? So the secrets of experience is to be curious, to face challenges, and if you meet the challenges, you're happy. And you have a positive experience. So you seek additional challenges. What is the opposite is you live in an environment that is very oppressive, chimpanzees, okay, where alpha male dominates, and we call them politicians. And they hoard all the resources through corruption. And the most important thing about alpha male, for the other animal, it's highly unpredictable what the future will be. So you cannot prepare because it's hard to predict what Indonesia will turn out. Now I come back and it's wonderful. It's getting better. The infrastructures are being built, and so there is a positive change. So stress, what is it? You cannot control your thought. You cannot control your emotions, and you cannot control your behavior, and physically, it is draining. Lack of coherence. You do not understand yourself, your relationship, and your environment. So happiness is based on coherence through faith, hope, and love. Stress is based on incoherence. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing I can do. And so this is a study I did, and what is the result? So the most important is support from your parents. Support from your parents, it increases your efficacy, confidence, and it can decrease your stress. So social support from a parent increases your resilience, which reduces your stress. And it increases how you manage stress management. And this is what we find in Japanese students, universities. So what is important is your efficacy. Can you handle stress? Okay. So my favorite thing when I was university students, I look forward to the exam. Do you look forward to the exam? Because I was prepared. I read the textbook, I had the lecture notes, combine it. So how will the professor create an exam? He cannot ask questions outside the lecture and outside the textbook, and I have all the information summarized. And I'm very popular the day before exam because all the beautiful women want to copy my notes. Because if they use my notes, they get A. Day after the exam, I do very well. Of course, the beautiful girls don't contact me anymore until the next exam. So can you manage? So stress is not, exam is not stressful. Are you prepared? And what I always do is get a good night's sleep night before. And before the exam, I pray. I meditate. Don't think about the exam. So I calm myself. So confidence is very important, but you need social support from your families and friends to increase. What is depression? You feel sad. You don't have energy. You don't want to do anything, and you're isolated. So if you want to be sad, do this. And so this is the brain of a depressed person and a non-depressed person. The brain is not stimulated. Everything is shut down. Okay? So we did a study, and we find the same result in terms of efficacy, decreasing depression and stress, and social support from parents. And this is what we found in Japan. Social support increases your efficacy, reduces depression, and reduces stress, and increases your stress management. Korean students, same thing. And with back depression inventory, we have the same pattern. So we did another study using structural equational modeling that engineers love, and we get the same result. Social support from your parents increases your efficacy and well-being and reduces emotional disorder. Social support from friends increases your well-being directly. Then we did it with female university students. Actually, social support from friends reduces emotional disorder, increases your well-being. Social support from parents increases self-efficacy and well-being. So female students are much more relational, and they are more affected by social support. Okay? Job stress. What is your favorite day of the week? Monday or Friday? Well, that means you hate coming to work. Because work is stressful. It's not meaningful. Do you know what is my favorite day? Monday. Because stock market is open. I get messages from my email, all the things that I can plan. Friday, I have to go home, watch television, cook, and clean up the house and listen to my wife. Don't tell her. It's not exciting. It's the same thing. You clean, you wash, you cook, you eat. It's repetitive. Dramas, who cares? You know, it's boring. Why should I watch other people's life when I can have my own life? Okay, Monday I have my own life planning, and I'm here, and I'll be in Paris next month. I was in Kuala Lumpur. So you meet people, you engage, start new projects. So the most important thing is your purpose. What is the purpose of business? And most people think it's profit. You're there to make money. And so executives plan and tell employees what to do. And you specialize in architecture, R&D, finance. We have different specialty. Can you talk to IT person if you're a psychologist, or to law, or any other? And we develop hierarchy. And we divide different function, R&D, human resources, and hierarchy, and operative islands. So we have what you call silo mindset. And you work here. Is it natural to work here in a cubicle? This is where chickens grew up to be killed and fed to us. So you can have ayam goreng or ayam bakar. This is where chicken grew up. And how do you spend your day? And if you learn, like this lecture room, you're not learning. Is it a good environment to learn? It's convenient for me, but is it a good environment? The answer is no. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. Why are we giving standardized tests? Does it define your ability? And I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots, and we're here. We use our smartphone, we use our internet, and we don't talk to people, and we don't have experiences. And we have relative ranking in university, where top performers are given good grades, and bottom performers in companies are forced to leave. Is this good? It creates a lot of competition, stress, and it doesn't encourage interaction. Because if your colleague has a better ranking, then you're not promoted. It's a very stressful situation we created. So what does our business do? Carbon emission that creates environmental destruction, exploitation of workers, exploitation of children, and subjugation of women. And so there are a lot of protests, even in Paris. So job stress, demand from the boss, workload, problems in communication, lacking vision. That's why people have stress. And how do you reduce it? Support from your colleagues and your boss. And how do you do? This is our biology. This is what chimpanzees experience. And this is how you become happy, to have hope, to have confidence, to have empathy, to share, and to trust one another. And this is based on our result. So how do you decide a cup? Is it half empty? You're a pessimist. It's half full? You're an optimist. We categorize people. Does it explain the person? No. Albert Bandura said, fill the cup. Don't talk about it. If you're thirsty, fill the cup and drink it. And this is the concept of agency, which is missing in psychology. So I worked with Bandura, and he won the highest Medal of Honor. And he said, people who regard themselves as efficacious act, think, and feel differently from people who are not efficacious. So they look the same on the outside, but the software is fundamentally different. And people, before they act, they observe themselves. They evaluate themselves. They react to what I've done and create their efficacy. And it is a belief that you have the ability to organize and execute a source of action to produce good result. And it's based on your intention, knowledge, and goal. What is your goal? Then you have to have skills and belief that you can ride a bicycle or motorcycle. I can drive, but not in Jogja. And so I had low efficacy in Jogja. Anywhere else, I can go to Germany and drive 200 kilometers for an hour, and it's wonderful if you have a BMW. Then it leads to outcome. And how do you increase it beyond yourself? By receiving feedback of how you are doing. Feedback is very important. Then social support, especially emotional social support. I'll skip because I have 5 minutes. And so there is a research that I want you to look at. Oh, I'm skipping too fast. This is a curve called, based on Easterliner's paradox. Money can get rid of happiness, but once you reach middle income, it doesn't make you happier. Okay? And this is based on 240,000 people, because Kahneman received the Nobel Prize for economics. And satisfaction in life is based on your achievements. Happiness is based on your experience. So people who are rich, in order to become rich, spend all your time making money. And up to a certain point, money doesn't make you happy because you lose relationship. So Kahneman found experience and relationship is the basis of happiness. And the most important study is Harvard longitudinal study. They study Harvard graduates and Boston low-income people for 85 years, 3 generations. And what did they find? We thought good relationship would make us happier, but we were surprised. Relationship actually predicted who would live longer and older in a healthier way. Happy people live longer and they're healthier. And the people who were happiest, who stayed healthiest as they grew old and who lived longest, are the people who had the warmest connections with other people. People who are lonely, alone, die 10 years later, health problem. So if you want to die quick, stay by yourself, okay? If you want to have cancer, heart problem, and dementia, don't talk to people. If you want to be happy, you have to develop good relationship. But that involves solving conflicts, developing communication. So if you want to be happy, have close relationship. You can trust, you can care and share. And you grow within the relationship, not consumed by fear, anxiety, and doubt. And this is the result of DNA, everything that you can imagine. And actually, they were more successful. They made more money later on if you had a good relationship with your mother. If you have a bad relationship with your mother, I'm sorry, you will not be successful and you'll be poor. So develop a good relationship with your mother. That's what Hadith told you, right? You have to take care of your mother. And it will make you happy, wealthy, and live long. That's what the Quran and Hadith told you. And also the same. Okay? And so these are some of the things that makes you happy. So how do you spend your day? And these are some of the photos. Do you do this? Getting up, family breakfast, then taking care of children, with friends. Yes, you do. I saw you. Zombies, going to class, biking, riding a motorcycle, driving, bus, subway, working with friends, afternoon tea, dinner, family dinner, while relaxing, going hiking, going to the toilet. This is okay. Sleeping. Do you do this? I'll guarantee you, you will be unhappy, you'll be stressed, and you'll be depressed. It's convenient, but do not let your phone determine your life. Okay? And a lot of teenagers are addicted to smartphone and internet. And going to bed. What kind of a husband? You'll be divorced in 5 years. And this is how couples. And this is the basis of conflict. Do you think children's brain develop being stimulated by a handphone? No. They have ADHD, attention deficit. And this is what they do. And they learn naturally. And with their friends. Where are they feeding? This is how people babysit their children. And this is what happens when you play games. And when with friends, and when you are old, and hangover. You don't sleep well, you don't feel good, and you get stressed because you're addicted. And you have conflict with the parents, 78%. And you have conflict with your colleagues. And this is what happens. So how do you spend your day? With your smartphone or with your friends, with your family? And how do you spend your day? And how do you spend your day when you're old? So when you are with your friends, talking, holding hands, it creates oxytocin that makes you happy. When you exercise, you feel pain or study, but when you overcome it, you feel endorphin. And dopamine is having a challenge. If you overcome your challenge, it creates dopamine. Serotonin is meditation, prayer. It secretes serotonin. So we know biologically there are 4 hormones that makes you happy. Do you engage in any of these? Or are you stuck with your smartphone? So this is a study we did in Korea. I'll skip this because rather than Korean study, this is something I found that kind of amazed me. Let me see if I have a pointer. So, self-efficacy increases well-being, and social support increases self-efficacy. So we've seen that. But what is connected to social support you receive from your parents and increases your self-efficacy? Spirituality. But I have bad news for you. We got this result in Bandung, but not in Jogja, especially men. So is it the case that, oh, time, right? Okay, I'll finish in 1 minute. So the buzzer is my phone, kind of irritating, very stressful. Can you turn it off so that I'll finish? Okay. I'm not a robot. I cannot finish exactly on time. So we find spirituality increases your confidence, which increases your well-being. And social support increases your confidence. And spirituality and social support from your family is connected, but not for everyone. You can do it ritualistic, just go to the mosque, just pray, and not seriously pray. Because I liked when he read the Quran, because there was a special feeling. I did not know what it meant, but you really meant, you really felt, and you were spiritually connected. I can feel that. And what does that do? It clears your brain. You focus on the content. And it increases your self-confidence. And it increases well-being. I have not found this in any other study. This is the value of Islam. And we have empirical results with all the data. Engineers, you can look at the data. Goodness of it. But it does not work everywhere. And it does not work with every person. So, what makes you happy is experience. Even when you pray, you can stimulate the happiness part of your brain. And meditation is based on mindfulness. And these are the positive effects. We can use MRI. We can use survey to discover what creates happiness. So now you know what makes you happy, caring and sharing. Now you know how to use your brain. You have to learn and develop a relationship. But it will be the most difficult thing in your life. It's not easy. It's easier to use your smartphone. So do you want to do something that easy, makes you depressed, or hard, that makes you happy? It's a choice you have to make. So thank you very much. I'll stop here.
Thank you very much, Professor Kim. Very interesting. Professor Kim quoted a lot of Quran and Hadith. And some of the key message is first, practice your religion if you want to be happy. Build connections. It's about silaturahim, right? Okay, disconnect from your smartphone, connect to the real people, and learn. Seriously learn. Not only from ChatGPT or Google, right? And important message for me too. Read the Quran and Hadith again, because the teaching is there. Thank you, Professor Kim. Let's give a big round of applause for Professor Kim. I'm afraid you have to jot down your questions and comments, okay? Some of you even can put it on YouTube if you are not confident to say directly, or just write it on the paper and give it to me. And next, I would like to invite our next speaker, technologist Dr. Nur Azma Amin, Nur Azma binti Amin from Malaysia. Okay, Cikgu. Selamat pagi, Cikgu. So, Dr. Azma is a senior lecturer in the section of environmental healthcare, field of specializations. He is also deputy dean in University Kuala Lumpur Institute of Medical Sciences Technology. It's in Kajang, right, doctor? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, that's one of the favorite train stop, yeah, Kajang. He was educated in Monash University, in Jayapuricha School of Medicine and Health Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy Medicine. So, I'm supposed to say how you might, right? Her last research was on exploring work-related musculoskeletal disorders in relation to occupational factors among hospitality workers. So this is related with ergonomics. So those from industrial technology, industrial engineering, you can also learn something from Dr. Azma, and also about mental health, issues. Without further ado, I would like to give the time, 35 to 40 minutes, Professor Azma. So You can start. Yes. Yeah, Prof. Kim, you can also use the laser actually. So, yeah, let's go to this slide, please, Maseki, if you don't mind. Yeah, we go to the slide first. Can you move it?
Okay, so I move like this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And the laser, do you need just in case? Yeah, it shows up, Professor Kim. This is like high sophisticated building. Nice infrastructure, just like when you came, except the driving, okay? The driving part.
I have to check this because I am not that good with this gadget.
No problem, because technology sometimes make us, less engaged, okay? With no technology, you can just say next, next. You need people, right?
Okay, usually that.
Okay, Dr. Asma, you can start. You push the button. So, yeah, so it's yours now.
Alright,
Applause, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning, selamat siang. Selamat siang, ya? Oh, okay.
But if you want to walk around, you need to use your
Okay.
wireless microphone. Yeah,
Okay.
if you want to walk around. Yeah.
Alright. So I think there is a lot of gadgets. So alright. So
Yeah.
maybe I just stand here, so it's easier.
You need to speak close to the microphone because those on YouTube are also listening to us.
Oh, okay. Can everyone hear my voice?
Yes.
Hopefully. All right. So again, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, our distinguished speakers, and of course, thank you very much to Directorate Pembinaan Kemahasiswaan for this invitation. I think this is my third time here in Universitas Islam Indonesia, but definitely this is the first time I'm speaking on when we talk about the student happiness and well-being. I think I have to thank Prof. Kim. Actually, during my travel, I traveled with Prof. Kim today from our hotel here. Maybe I can conclude, I actually have, I am the very first listener, first person, very special to get actually on the summary of his lecture for today. All right? And I believe by the end of this session, everyone, hopefully everyone, when we get out from this, when we leave this room, everyone are happier than before you came in, all right? So this is the topics that I'm going to share, but my sharing is a little bit different from Prof. Kim, because what I wanted to see and to highlight is how actually Universiti Kuala Lumpur help the students to balance and also hope by the end of the day to create a little bit happiness for our students, right? And if you were asking, if I were to ask you, are you happy? This is the third time, right? Okay, the third time that everyone has been asking, you may have been, maybe be thinking, this is the third time. Should I say, I'm happy, I'm sleepy, I'm forced to come, I just want to learn anything new, and so not, right? But everyone definitely have a reason why you are here. And please give yourself applause because you came here in a very morning. Okay, you come to listen to us, to learn something, and definitely for us, we also learn something from the speakers and from your questions that you'll be asking later. So that I've been introduced, it's a lengthy introductions by our moderator, but I would like to also to walk you through to the University Kuala Lumpur where I'm working. Anyone here been to Kuala Lumpur? Oh yes, of course, my friends, Dr. Dian. Okay, and we welcome you to University Kuala Lumpur. The name of University Kuala Lumpur is because our HQ is located in Kuala Lumpur, okay, in the right city of Kuala Lumpur. But what makes us different is because we are in the university song. This university actually integrate a different courses. We have courses related to the air where we have aviation, and we have land from the engineering, medical and also health sciences, and also oceans for maritime. And this, it makes a very great challenges for us in the top management because the locations of the campus are actually geographical distance. Okay, we have a campus who are, most of our campus are populated in Klang Valley in Kuala Lumpur region. For my campus, the Kajang branch, which is very popular with satay Kajang. I know we also have satay here, but this Kajang is very famous for its satay. I think Mr. Moderator knows that, Dr. Dian knows that, and those who have been to Malaysia, it is very synonym with satay. And we also have a campus in the north and the south. So how that university incorporate or benefits from this, and how we help the students to know each other's during our activities. So this is our campus, and we offer health sciences programs, right? So for the presentation, we will start with having this how you feel today. Some may feel sleepy, angry, calm, tired, happy, and worried. As a student, let me ask you first, what is the most challenging part of being a student in a semester? For each of the semester, what are the most challenging part? Exam, but Prof. Kim loves exam so much. Okay, okay, we take exam. How about having classes? What time the class start here? 7. Wow. Do you feel it's very challenging for you to get up in the morning? Yes. Or is it easier because the sun rise early here? Okay, all right. Or you feel that you want to, it is very challenging for you to have classes at the late noon, after 5, because most of the classes has already finished. It's only you have class. Okay, so that is among the challenges. But if you could just, I will just want to walk you through the memory lane. Do you remember the first day that you registered as the students? What years was that? Dah lupa pula. Was it 2 years ago? During COVID? Okay, during COVID, right? Okay, usually, I'm not sure about here in Indonesia, but what happened in Malaysia was, during the registration day, usually we have the families, the whole families, sometimes the extended families, sending their students, their kids, maybe the first, and you can see there will be a different treatment. And you can anticipate whether the families are sending their elderly or their youngest. Okay, their youngest usually they have a sisters and brothers, so the caring is much as more. The expectation is more. Okay, so what happened was when the students came to the register, they came with a hope. They not only them. Okay, they are very happy. Some of the students are very happy, especially from our after they finish their Form 5. So their diploma, they can just get out from the house. They can live at their own ease and so not, right? But the parents have the higher hopes. Okay, as the university, we are also concerned on the parents' hopes. Okay, they wanted what they want. They want to see that their children graduated by the end after 3 or 4 years, right? And then after the registration day, during the registration day in UniKL, we have this Wow Week, welcoming orientation week, where we give you we give a campus tour, we do some games, and we give some engagement on and also the expectations of the universities, right? And then the learning session started. So we have 14 academic week. How about here in Indonesia? Do we have the same academic weeks? 14th, right? Okay, that 14 weeks is a very stressful weeks. You have 7 weeks for lectures, and then you go for mid-semester break, and then another 7 weeks. And by the end of the semester, you have to complete your final examination. And within the semester, you have to finish your continuous assessment, your coursework, your assignment, and so on, right? And then, by the end of the day, after going through this 7 or 8 semester, 7 semester in the campus, and then the last semester going for intra, and then you graduate. Okay, that is the life cycles of the students, right? In between, there are challenges. Who thinks that, oh, I do not face any challenges? I think my life as a student here are very smooth. Boleh? Boleh? Anyone? I face a lot of challenges as a student, because definitely, like Pak Wir say, one of being a student is I remember I did my PhD in Australia. I always have to. I am very excited to it by the end of the month. Why? My stipend come in, so I can have a good food. Alright, I can enjoy. Alright, okay. So during the university life, you have to go for this one, for the classes. Especially, there is a transition from being a high school student to a university student, right? And I have to definitely say that these generations are different. Okay, last time my generation at that time, due to the limitations of technology, we actually struggled a lot. Okay, we cannot sit back just in front of our computers and look for the journals. We had to go to the library, and it is all in the hard copy, right? And then at the same time, when we want to register for our courses, we have to write down our name. Maybe some of you are thinking, which era is Dr. Asma actually? But I think that was like 20 years back, all right? I am not that old. I am not that young. I'm not that old. Okay, we are all young in this room. Okay, so at that time we have to actually compete to have to get into the classes, because due to the quota and so on. So the classes, and then about the languages. Okay, maybe most of my students, right? In UniKL, we are really concerned about, let me see this. Oh, I thought it is my alarm. Okay. Was it my alarm? No. Abaikan, saya rasa. Dia tulis. This is. Okay. So then, lagi 30 minutes. Yeah.
No, you haven't pushed the start.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay.
Okay. Correct. Okay. So where am I? Oh, okay. I have a student. Okay. Before that, at UniKL, one of our sponsors, we are actually a governing university, so our main sponsors is Majlis Amanah Rakyat. Okay, Majlis Amanah Rakyat highlighted to university that they want a students with a good academic performance. So they wanted to have a student and want us to make sure that our students scored a CGPA at least 2.50 every semester. Maybe some of you feel that, oh, 2.50 is really simple to achieve, right? But depending on the students, right? So these students actually comes from a different background. Some of them does not understand English, I have to tell you, right? So the struggle is there. So when we interview students, they feel that when we ask what happened actually, why didn't you come to us at the beginning? Do you don't understand? Do the lectures are not giving lectures and so on? They said one of the common, I have to say, is about the languages, the English. And some of them even make a request for our lecturer to teach English in Bahasa Melayu. Tengok tu, Pak Arif pun terkejut. Okay, so we pity them. Okay, so that is one. Okay, and then they actually have to attend a maximum, maybe for the first semester student, they actually attend around 17 credits or 18 credits. Okay, especially, and it's involved a technical courses. Okay, not only English, not only our curriculum, but also our entrepreneur, we also include our technical courses like for our campus, we offer health sciences, so we have to take human anatomy and physiology. Alright? So that is very taxing for them. And then at the same time, you know, when you have to, I believe this is your own, you also experience, you have to do a group work. Which one of you here feels that an individual assignment is better than a group work? It's easier. Hands up. It's okay. Nothing. Okay. Alright? Why? Because you don't have to communicate. Correct? You can do at your own ease. You don't have to be tolerate to all this hanky-panky or nonsense. You know, different people have different opinions. Some people are only a free rider and so not. Right? And then the most things that we caught for the students. Right? There is one of my students. Okay. Those with a CGPA less than 2.50, what we did is we enrolled them to a special project. It's under my division, so it is we enrolled it for a project named Academic Recovery Program, ARP. So under this Academic Recovery Program, we have a list of activities, and by the end of the semester, we hope we are able to get or graduate the students from this program. So meaning he or she have a better CGPA. But the unique of these few students, they actually get enrolled alternate semester. So semester 2 okay, semester 2 you enroll, semester 3 you are not, semester 4 you enroll, semester 5. That is what happened. So when we asked, and I asked my counselor, why don't we just interview these students? What happened actually? And then my counselor was asking, do you have boyfriends or girlfriend? He said, do you have, first thing first we asked, do you have any family problems? And then he said no. This person will say no. Okay, let us be transparent with you. Do you have boyfriend or girlfriend? Yes. Yes. Apparently for teenagers, that is the most biggest problem to them. So we were like joking, oh, you clash every semester. So every semester you change your girlfriend. That's actually one of the contributing factors. But that is one of the factors, to be real. All right? And then they're also worried about the academic achievement. Anyone here are worried about their grades? They are worried about to tell their parents. Did your parents know about your grades here? Oh, okay. Huh? Oh, wow, the parents can. Oh, that's wonderful. Because at Unique. Oh, really? Oh, I have to learn that. Oh, really? Okay. Because at Unique, usually we trust the students to tell their parents. All right? So I remember during my time, the result will be posted to our home. Okay, but nowadays we trusted the students. So what happened is usually the students, I think majority of the students will tell, but the minority did not. So when they get this low CGPA, and then we send them letters to home, the parents will be very surprised. All right, and then financial. Okay. So as a students, definitely we are worried about our daily allowance, how we are going to spend, and how we are going to, what is the source of our allowance, how can we get it, and who are going to pay for the tuition fees. Because whether we agree or not, the tuition fees nowadays are very expensive, right? And we need sponsors. And then we also get some of the challenges is about the relationship between the students and also the families. Some of them are actually coming from the broken families. I have a student, he is a very brilliant. He is our Dean List Award winner every semester. Okay. Unfortunately, I think recently, he did not came to class, right? And I've actually heard that from my colleagues, he has his family is going through divorce, so he has difficulty because he has to maintain his relationships with father and mother and so on. So it's enough that he has some depression symptoms, right? So why it is very important? Because whatever we do, it actually relates, or our environment have an effects to health. And when we are talking about health, we are not talking about whether are you sick or not, do you have fevers or not, do you have COVID-19 or not. That is on physicals. It is things that we can, when we talk about the physical, is the things that we can see. You can see whether the the person are putting on weight, the person have hypertension, so we prescribe medicines and so on. We are also looking on the mental health aspects, and it is very hard to tell whether the person are having sometimes depression. Yes, we can see, but they are also people who really good in not exposing it. They just keep it them to themselves. So in the daily basis, they actually what we can see is this person are function enough, right? And then and also a social well-being. So the mental health is a state of well-being. The individual realize that they able to functions and also benefits to the community and work productive and also fruitfully and contributes to her community. So this is the things that I believe Prof Kim has elaborated a lot this morning. Okay, when we have a mental health issues or any symptoms related, okay, it's actually can be seen. It is actually involved in the ways of us thinking, how we feel, and also and how we behave. Sometimes we will start having this kind. We started to feel that, oh, that person actually talking back on on me. Maybe there is one advert in a radio in Malaysia saying that we have to be more positive. Sometimes people look at you because, oh, you remembered him. You actually looks alike for someone that he knows, alright? Or maybe he said, but on the other hand, okay, usually what we think is that, oh, the people are talking bad on us, and then how we behave. Sometimes people who are with unstable mental health or with symptoms related to mental health issues can be feeling sad, can feel sad over some things that they should not be. You can feel sad, definitely, but let's say, do you feel that anyone here, when you watch a movie, right, you are actually dragged by the emotion? I can see some of you are smiling. Okay, you wanted to have, let's say, there are sinetron in Malaysia. Also, we have drama pukul 7. We have sinetron here, right? So, if the most popular issues here in Malaysia is about polygamy, right? Okay, in Malaysia. So, this one sinetron are telling about, the husband actually have another wife without telling. So what happened among the Malaysian? I think there is a lot of trending in the social media saying that, please don't let your wife watch this, or please don't watch it together with your wife. Okay, they will say, that is what you want to be, right? Okay, that is how. Okay, and then also this among the early symptoms is inability to cope with stress. Stress is some things happen every day. Do you agree with me or not? Okay? You can be stressed if your handphones are not working. Do you feel okay to use your handphone for a day? Some people say yes, good. all right? But some people don't feel comfortable. They will do anything as long as they can have her phone with them. And this actually is a sign of dependability of our happiness to the phone. Actually, we do not have to do that. It's okay for you not to have a phone, all right? Okay, and then, but when it comes to the stress, the ability for us to take a stress every day is a stressful moment. Okay, for workers, for let's say for lecturers, we have a deadline to follow. We have we have assignment, we have to submit and so on. Okay, but our ability to actually compartmentalize and then planning our work and by the priority will help us to avoid this unnecessary stress and submit our work accordingly. Right? And then I would like to also share some interesting statistics. When our moderator says that 30% of Indonesians have mental health problem, I believe we shared same statistics. But it was there in Malaysia. That is according to our National Health and Mobility Survey last 8 years ago or 7 years, 8 or almost a decade ago, 10 years ago, was 30%. And the numbers is actually growing up. And people started to be more open, especially after COVID-19. And the next year after, another 4 years after, there is another research under National Health Mobility Survey. This is a national research saying that 2.3% of Malaysians having a depression, especially among among adults. And bear in mind that mental health issues actually happen across age, across genders as well, all right, and as well as across socio-economics. And then this is another research done by Dr. Wong and the team following the COVID-19 situations among the university students in Malaysia. It shows that actually we can conclude that more than 50% of them had at least one symptoms related to mental health issues. And COVID-19, I have to say that it is very taxing on the students. For the students, right, as well as for we as workers, because at that time the students are forced to be to learn in a non-normal environment where they have to learn remotely, okay, with what we call as a very limitation at internet access, as well as they have to be at home. Right, being at home, I have a student, right, I believe you, or maybe you experience the same, where I say, okay, we will start our lecture now, and it was, at that time it was around 11, so the lecture should be completed by 1. By 12 p.m. he said, "Doctor, can I just excuse myself?" And I asked, "Why?" "Because I have to cook. My mother asked me to cook." Yeah, I think most of the lecturers also experience the same. The students, I believe, experience this. Yes, go through the groceries and then take care of their their sisters, the little brothers, and so on. And it is very taxing. Okay, not to add to the poor, very poor, limited poor, especially on the remote area. We have the data. Okay, one of the issues that we have during the early of MCO among our students at UniKL is the data. Okay, they have to listen, so actually their data is very limited. So what the university have to do is we purchase a SIM card for them. And then we purchase and then we post to them so that and all the cost is borne by the university. That is the best that we hope that we can help them, right? Sometimes the lecturers are also stressed because we have many different backgrounds behind us. The students will hear our children crying, asking for food. Sometimes all these constructions are doing these other things happening and all those things, all right? As well as the poor internet connections. But the plus about having COVID-19, I have to say, maybe you also agree saying that people are more open. Okay, before COVID-19, we don't dare to say that, yes, I have the symptom. Yes, I am stressed. We make a jokes when people say he has stress, right? Okay, but being in the same situation, but in a different locations, make us realize that, oh, this is how you have money, you have the car, the mall is there, but you cannot go out. Everyone have to be at the house and going through all this life as usual, right? So how does the mental health issues has impacts on students? Definitely on the academic engagement. They distance, they shows no interest on study. They don't want to mingle around with their friends. They don't want to participate actively in any of the activities, as well as it can be portrayed in their academic performance. They have the decrease or poor performance, right? And also a quality of life as to function as the community or the members of the family. During COVID-19, there are numbers of parents actually write to us saying that they accounted what actually universities done to help the students, because their children are very stressed with all the assignments, with all the exams, how the university can do, because they at home, the students does not want to communicate, isolate themselves, okay, have a poor anger management and so on, right? And then this is another one, is a social well-being, where we feel happy socially and we can actually describe how we feel about ourselves and our life. And there are numbers of ways of being well-being, including being active, take notice, and keep learning. So let me just share an experience for Universiti Kuala Lumpur, how we help, or how we actually help design what we call as conducive. We are trying our very best to offer a conducive learning environment. With the motto of where knowledge is applied and dreams realized, the Universiti Kuala Lumpur actually aims to make sure that our graduates is not compatible technically, but also to ensure that we able to nurture a good human being and also being a good citizenships on them. So one of the latest recognitions that we use, that we get, is Universiti Kuala Lumpur graduates has win this choice of employers. And it was last two weeks ago, right? That is our covering president, and this is us. And bear in mind that we believe that one of the reason is by the formulations that we put on our students. Our graduates, when they completed their studies, they will receive 3 types of transcript. Okay, they will receive their academic transcript with the CGPA standings and so on. They also will receive this what we call as GHOCS transcripts on their activities or participation on activities, and also on the entrepreneurships, right, and internalizations. But we will see, what we are going to see here is what is the formula of Universiti Kuala Lumpur. To ensure the sustainability on the social well-being, on the well-being of the students, Universiti Kuala Lumpur come with the formula what we call as UNIKL DNA, development, nurturing, and attributes. And through this, we hope that we're able to develop, we're able to produce a graduate to become a leader, a noble citizenships of Malaysia, as well as being a highly competent technical people, because we are one of the leading TVET, higher technical vocational education in Malaysia, and also a graduate who wanted to to learn more and more. They won't stop at the university because learning is an ongoing process. So through that, UniKL DNA, we interpret it to what we call as spices. This is the elements of spiritual, physical, intellectual, career, emotional, and also social. So, how do we achieve this? The students can achieve this through through participating with either in the activities in the class based on the courses, their courses that they enroll, or the non-class activities, right? So it can be from on the active programs. We are encouraged to give back to our community. We also call this as corporate social responsibilities. Okay, with the community surround us, and then any sports and recreation programs. It can be e-games, it can be a physical games. We will see later. And then one of the elements, what makes us special is because as the university which under Majlis Amanah Rakyat, we emphasize on having an entrepreneur ataupun wirausaha kalau saya tak silap di sini. Kan, entrepreneur, right? So we wanted our students to be entrepreneur, and then a global program where we send our students for international mobility program, whether it's a credit transfer in a one semester or in a short-term mobility program, a graduate program where we send them to at the universities. They have an attachment for intra, or they can do that during their industrial manships program, as well as leadership program through the participation under the student council or other councils as well. So this is among, I am not going to elaborate every single elements of the spices, but this is among what we do. I agree with Prof. Kim when he say religion actually connect us, not only to God, but to Allah, and also to people. Because the religion will always remind us that we have to treat people equally, okay, including those underprivileged people like anak yatim. Right? So in in UniKL, we from time to time, that is one of the program that we have with with these orphans. So we usually during Ramadan, or sometimes we go and under the courses itself, so we teach them, we bring them to Zoo Negara and or other activities where they can actually feel that they've been loved, alright? And then we also have this Kampung Survival Mantapan Jati Diri and Kepimpinan Belia with Negeri Melaka, together with the local community there, right? And another one, we also look under the spices, we have physicals. This is where we wanted students to participate. So the student doesn't have, being in a university doesn't have that, doesn't mean that you have to attend lectures all days, right? You also need to participate in other activities such as sports. So one of the annual carnivals, sports carnivals at the university. We have University Student Sports Carnival, and then at the campus we have UMass, University Kuala Lumpur Medical Science Sports Carnivals. So we actually play. It's only a 1 week, so we play. We don't play football because majority of our students at UniKL Mastex are female students. So we play netball. Alright, and I think it is a very interesting about playing netball. Like my dean say, that was at that time during the latest versions of UniKL Student Sport Carnival, our campus is the champion. Okay, but I remember my dean saying that was the first time he's watching netball, and he did not realize that it was very interesting. Right, with all the sounds. The players make more sounds actually, right? And then we have UniKL Run 2019, and one of the projects that we have is with the Rare Disease Society, so that we organize a charity run, right? And for information, our UniKL hockey team actually won Malaysia Hockey League, right? And also our football team actually, if I'm not mistaken, is a champion for IPT football. Okay, and then we also send students for conferences, right? And that is this is our annual event for final year students projects, where we send students. So it's a competition, and Alhamdulillah, our team was the winner for this Made UniKL 2023 last week actually. And we're sending students for an international conference of Posho. That is the student. The students is in the middle actually. This is the on the right, and the left is the supervisor. All right. And then what actually the mahasiswa or the students need to do, right? We have to be resilient. Not being a student, but we understand that young generations are very fragile. Okay, they are the most dangerous weapon against them are social media. I've asked one students with those symptoms when they come for consultation. They said that they are very jealous of their friend of her friend's life, because she came from the underprivileged families, right? So that she has to make sure that she can actually she need to compete to make sure that she can be accepted, right? And the interesting part, when I talked to my daughter, she said that there are friends that make her lost her happy mood. I was like, oh, children have a happy mood? Yes. Why? Because her friends does not want to stand in front of her. The friends ask her to stand in front, so she don't feel comfortable. Right? That is how things work. But having us to able to be resilient, to know what we want, to control our mind is very important, right? So to accept the weaknesses of us, therefore we know what we can do to improve. First thing first is to accept, although it's very hard, right? But learn to accept, because people are not perfect, right? People have flaws, you have flaws, me have flaws, everyone here have flaws, right? But learn to know what your weaknesses and move forward, okay? And then also know that things are getting better and better every day. It won't stay last. Okay, people don't like to talk about you, it won't stay last. People talk bad about you, it won't stay last. But take it as a challenge for us to do some reflections on ourselves and move forward to become better. Okay, and then to take care of the self-care tips, to make sure that you have a good go for exercise, at least having a physical activities, having a jogging. I realized that if we go for a jogging maybe 2 or 3 times, that your stress will become lesser, right? Because you do other things, okay? And then you can also do some self-reflections. When you go for jogging, you listen to music, you look around people, you just enjoy the moment. You think other things than only for your learning. And then you get enough sleep. There are students of mine which usually came late for class. When I ask, why did you came late? I slept at 3 a.m. Definitely you cannot come at 8. Why? Because I play games. Right? That is one of the most biggest enemy nowadays, playing games. So make sure, if you want to, anyone here would like to look beauty, care about your beauty, right? So make sure you have 7 hours of sleep, all right? And drink a lot of water. And then you create a routine. You know when to stop what for the unnecessary, to not contribute, to not participate, to say no. You don't have to force yourself to attempt to something that you are not interested, right? and you always focus to positive things. Actually, if you do realize, there are a lot of things happen, great things happen to our life, right? As compared to those who are making you sad. So focus on the positive thing, right? And then you have to, this stop skill tell us to stop, take a step back, think, and then observe, then only you will proceed mindfully. Make sure whatever you do, you understand. If you required an assistant at University Kuala Lumpur, each of our students are assigned to academic advisors. These academic advisors are not only limited to talk about the academics, but also to talk more than that, right? And then we also have counselor, and we have talian 15999, talian Kasih Nur. If the person wanted to call to talk, relate any matters, if they have now no one to talk, they can just make a call, right? And they have a list of counselors, and also there are numbers of mental health, other mental health helplines. And I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Asma, for the insights. And I'm glad that Pak Arif stays here, Bu Tiwi, and we also have Bu Zera from psychology. We are on the right track because more or less what we do is similar, but we can learn a lot also from the practice that you have. Dr. Asma, I think you can, it's up to you, you can sit here to accompany me. Okay, so everyone, that was very interesting point from Dr. Asma. I think academic support, university support, and also family support is the key here. And he keep mentioning about the balancing of all of the aspects, spiritual, physical, intellectual, career, emotional, and social. So one interesting thing, Professor Kim in the first session talking about the importance of relationship. But please be careful with one kind of relationship that Dr. Asma said can be source of problem and mental health problems, which is toxic relationship, right? Especially with boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, so ta'aruf is the best, I think. Okay, ta'aruf means no boyfriend, girlfriend, but find somebody when you want to get married, and somebody will facilitate according to Sharia, Prof. Kim. But yeah. Okay, this is an option. Okay, I'm going to call our last but not least our speaker for this session. Please, I'm sure that you have a lot of things going on in your mind now, and you have a lot of questions to ask. But please accompany me to welcome our third speaker, Dr. Rerna Diansari Utami, SCMA from Universiti Islam Indonesia. He is an associate professor in the Department of Psychology, Faculty of Psychology and Social Cultural Sciences, Universiti Islam Indonesia, and now he is also the Director of Partnership and International Affairs, which is facilitating all of you who wants to have like international mobility and activity. He got his educations in Dr. Rerum Naturalium degree in psychology, University of Leipzig. It's like the mother of psychology's university, funded by the AAD, IGSP, and UII. Her latest research was on Erasmus Plus capacity building in higher educations with UII teams, and developing family-based community strengthening at Dusun Pucung Umbul Sari during the pandemics, funded by a Director of Research and Public Service. Without further ado, please join me to welcome Dr. Dian. And since Budian is going to use Mentimeter for the session, please kindly prepare your gadget. Now, gadget for learning, okay? Not for being anti-socials, but you can take your phone or your mobile phone or and please open menti.com and the code will be shown later. Budian, so if you need any help, kindly let me know, okay? Because technology can make us have like another stress, right? Yeah.
If I cannot use this also, get a little bit.
Yeah, use mine.
Oh, thank you.
It takes time.
Check. Yes. Okay, so good afternoon, selamat siang. How are you today? Okay, so I would like, I believe that some of you are sleepy because I'm also sleepy a bit. So I would like to mention some feelings, and if you really match with this feeling that I mentioned, please stand up. Ready? Ready. Okay, now first feeling. Feeling sleepy.
Sleepy, stand
Stand up, please. Stand up if you are sleepy. Oh, thank you, Prof. Kim. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, only Prof. Kim and me and one student. Okay. Oh, not student. All teachers sleepy here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Prof. Kim. Oh yes, are you sleepy, Ibu? You are not sleepy. No. MC, I think you are sleepy, yes. Okay, yes. MC is very sleepy because he's still waiting his turn. Okay. Now, second feeling. Feeling sad. Oh my God, so everyone is happy here. That's really great. Half. Okay. Feeling angry. 10%, okay. No one. Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you. You are so watermelon today. Okay. Feeling happy. No one. Only one? Happy. Okay, feeling happy. Who is feeling happy right now? Okay. Pretending to be happy. Hey! I think this is really interesting that most of us are pretending to be happy, right? Because we live in a communal community, so it's important. Like when we are taking picture, it's difficult to smile, but when the photographer said, "Okay, now pretend to be happy," everyone is smiling. Okay, it's really interesting. So it is an honor for me to be here, as introduced by Pak Herman, my colleague, that you can call me Dian, it's easy, and I think some of you are my students because actually supposed to be I have a class today, but I asked, okay, I will not give any class, so you can just join this. And it's an honor for me also to be here because I meet my, I'm afraid to say colleague, I would say my professor, Professor Wichal Kim, my colleague, because of connection we are here. It's really something that I would say unplanned. I knew Professor Kim long time ago when I was a student in Gajah Mada University at UGM, because he did a great research with also many professors then, which also my professor, like Professor Fatur Rahman, Professor Amitya Kumara, Professor Kwartarini, or Bubu, that's the nickname of my professor. And it's also going on during I became a student. Like when I was in bachelor student, my supervisor for my bachelor thesis was Professor Amitya Kumara, rest in peace. And she was a good friend of Bubu. And I was really surprised when it was announced in my master thesis that my supervisor was Bubu for my master thesis. So terrified because it's difficult to, to be found. And she always said like this, if you want to consult with me for your thesis, you can stay here overnight because I will work overnight. I will return home in the morning. I said, oh my God, okay, it's really challenging. And then both of my bachelor thesis and master thesis supervisors, both of them, they are friends with my third supervisor for my doctorate. It's also not in my plan, Professor Witruk, rest in peace. And when I was taking my doctorate, in Leipzig University, Professor Kim came to Leipzig and did also some research with Professor Witruk. So that's why we met again, That's why the first time in this morning, Professor Kim said, "Oh, your faces look familiar." Yes, I'm very pasaran, my face and my name. So like Dian Utami is the name of a beauty salon. Oh. Bengkel, it's like a motorbike workshop, something like that. Apotek. Yes, exactly. So it's very common and it's really happy. And when I was a student, for me, I always become exciting, especially in the exam, like you, Professor Kim. Why exciting? because when I finish the exam, I will continue to the higher grade, higher semester. And it's so exciting for me to learn new things. What I will learn in the next semester. So I want to finish this exam as soon as possible. And you know, meeting many different variety of lectures will challenge us. Like one lecturer, I was remember one professor when I was in a bachelor, he always, you know, asked us to notes, really notes like a comma, titik, and so we have to write exactly what he said. For others, it's really boring. But for me, it was exciting. Oh my God, exciting because I brought many colorful pens, and then I can draw, I can do many things. But some professor, they would like to come and then say like, okay, read page this, and then went out from the classroom. Next week we will have exam. Okay. Or other professor said we will not have exam. But then someone like, at that time we didn't have any WhatsApp or sophisticated phone like this. My phone was a Siemens C25. It's like a bottle minum. It's like a tumbler with a straw. Actually, that's an antenna, but it's like a straw, small one. And then it was informed, you have to come. Why? Suddenly we had an exam. Oh my God, how come? And then everyone came in the classroom, and we said to the professor, sir, you have informed us there is no exam today. I can change my mind. Why not? Oh my God. And it was so terrible because it's about personality psychology. Very difficult. We have to remember all theories from all scholars and something like that. So that's the challenging experience, but exciting also. And meet many friends from not many countries at that time, but many places, many islands. And you are here as a student. You meet many international students. I see many international students there from Yemeni, from Pakistan, from where else? And do you realize that you are living now in the university, not just with your local friends? Do you realize it? Yes. Okay, because I'm also working in the international office. Some students report that they got bullied by local students. And they showed me in the WhatsApp. Oh my God, they talk in Bahasa Indonesia, sometimes in Java language, talking about this international student, which also in the group, WhatsApp group, and talking bad things. So I would say that's called cyberbullying, but that's really happened. Okay, so that's only an intermezzo. How can I use this? No, I don't know how to use this. Oh, okay. Thank you, so sophisticated. I feel so underestimated, not so confident because this is better than me. Okay, how important is mental health for you? Any of you want to give some response? How important? Mental health for you? You can speak in bahasa, but not bahasa Arab, yeah, I will not understand. Bahasa Indonesia.
It's a fact, Budian, that many students' activity, student organization, whenever they conduct seminar, it will be about mental health.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Surprising. How important? Ya, nggak apa-apa. Anyone want to translate?
Menurut saya sangat penting ya, karena apa? Kalau misal kesehatan mental kita nggak dijaga, itu bakal berdampak ke kegiatan kita yang lain-lainnya.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, according to her, it's very important because if you don't take care of your mental health, it will affect your activities. Yeah, you cannot perform, you cannot study well.
Thank you, Pak Herman. You can ask the door press later to panitia, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now the mas.
He was about to sleep, Budian, actually.
Yeah, how important is mental health for you?
Menurut saya penting karena itu menjadi dasar dalam hidup kita untuk menjalani hidup gitu. Untuk menjalani hidup sehari-hari.
It's important
You
because it's
have-
the foundation, if very fundamentals, if you want to live your life, okay?
Okay,
So if
thank
you don't have
you.
good mental health, you cannot live, right? Is that
Thank
what
you
it
so
is?
much. It's like a slogan of cigarettes. Yes, okay, really. Live your life. Okay, that's make people happy. Very interesting, thank you. So this is part of the self-awareness. Oh, I used two microphones, not necessary, yeah? Okay. Too happy. So self-awareness is important. First, you have to realize whether mental health is important for you. Once you said it's not important for me, okay, then skip your life. So what is mental health actually? It's a feelings, emotion, thoughts, and moods, things that as been explained by Professor Kim, something inside us about our thought, our feelings, what we feel, and also our mood, even our behavior, right? And this will give, impact how we cope with the challenge, with the stress, with the problems. Okay, and this mental health, as mentioned by your friends, to help us to live our life. So foundation for the emotional well-being. And if we have a good mental health, we can be functioning well in the society, in our own life. Okay, so this is the student, what is it for? Oh my God, no. Don't spill too much. Oh my God.
Just click back.
Back is like this. Oh yes, thank you. What? Too sophisticated. Laser point-nya yang mana laser point-nya? Oh, when I click this one, something happened.
But because you're using
Oh, I see. So everything I click will go to the, okay. Wow, okay. Sophisticated. Apa mereknya ini? Logi. You can check it in Tokopedia, right? Okay. So students with positive mental health, they will have a good, realize their own abilities. It has been mentioned by Dr. Asma. I remember her always because the name is the same as my daughter, Asma. So realize your own abilities. Do you know your abilities? Do you realize? Sometimes students said, I'm sorry, I can't. Even before try something, they said, no, I can't do that. Cope with the normal stress of life and work and study productively. Productively means that you can celebrate with your own self. If you can make something one day, even when it is not recognized by others. For instance, if I ask you, do you have a productive day? You can give example, Mbak.
My productive day. Maybe my productive day in every Monday. In the morning, I have scheduled to consult my
your thesis,
my
yeah.
final thesis, and then in the evening, I have scheduled to teaching private tutoring children. Yes. In the evening, one children grade 6, and then after maghrib pelajaran English juga. So in English, I think.
What's your name? Hannah Sardjito, please note committee for the door prize. Thank you, Mbak Hannah. So give applause, really, thank you. So everyone can measure your own productive day, something that you can achieve. Maybe others will not recognize it. Maybe if you put it in Instagram, WhatsApp, no one will like it, Facebook, but doesn't matter. That's not the aim. If you're still living with what other things about you, that you live with a feeling of insecure, it will not make you happy. Okay, now this is the mental health prevalence. What happened actually with the mental health of adolescents in the world? You can see 1 in 7, aged 10 to 19, or 14% experience mental health problems, and more are unrecognized, untreated. Unrecognized. They cannot recognize whether I have a mental health problems or not. But in Indonesia, you can see, oh my God, the suicide is also the fourth leading cause death among adolescents between 15 until 29 years old. This is in the world. The case is in the world. The anxiety, depression, and behavior disorder, they are the top problems, okay? Don't be so proud. Oh my God, I become in the top. My mental state is in the top because I'm an anxious person. Okay, that's not a good thing, okay? And in Indonesia, like 10 to 17 years old, 1 in 3 of them experience mental health problems. 1 in 20 are having mental health problems in the last 12 months. So this is a survey from the Indonesian National blah 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 mental health survey. Okay.
Adolescents mental health.
Mental health survey you have
I
mentioned
followed
in the
this
beginning.
team's presentation
Okay.
in Sydney. At the time we have a conference and the team presented this result.
Oh, that's great.
It's
okay.
It's a national project.
So you can inform the person that I present also and cite his research. Okay, thank you. So now you can go to your Menti if you have Menti, right? So you can go, you have phone, I mean you have gadget. If you have gadget and your gadget cannot use for internet connection, how is your feeling?
Stress.
Oh, stress, like why you feel so stressful if you cannot use your internet in your phone? In Bahasa it's okay. You cannot fulfill your needs. What is your need actually? Education. I thought connect to your boyfriend, no? Okay. Because
Some of them will
internet-
say FOMO, Budia.
Okay, FOMO.
Please use microphone because the YouTube cannot hear you.
Oh, okay. Then I will translate for them. Thank you. So you can just scan this and we can take a look in the Menti, Mas Operator. Please, you can go inside the menti.com and use. No one responds. What is the common feeling or problems that you have in your daily lives? TikTok, TikTok. Not in TikTok. I mean TikTok. TikTok is the time clock. Yes, can be like that. So that's why the common feeling. Every day is different. Oh, thank you. Something went wrong. Oh my God, boring, grateful. It's like balance, yeah, boring and grateful. Homesick, lapar. Okay. Lapar is hungry. Oh yes. I just know that hungry is also a feeling. Yes. Because Iseng never mentioned that in the research and Paul Ekman. Tired. Tired because of assignments from the lecturer? Oh, motorcycle. Okay, lonely. Having morning problem, kantong kering. Oh my God. Will be translated is yes, it's like dry pocket. Dry pocket. Sleepy, lazy, or lazy is, I think, is a symptom part of mental illness. Okay, insecure, tired, tired and happy. Now is the most bored and overthinking. Very interesting. Homesick, you mentioned also homesick. I remember when I was teaching in India, I asked the student there, what is your feeling right now? And they mentioned homesick. How come homesick? Because I didn't see any international student there. So where you come from? I come from this city. How many 100 kilometers? I asked, 40 kilometers, ma'am. Okay. Why you are getting homesick? Even many of them living only 20 kilometers, they live in a dormitory in the university. They said, because we miss our mom's cooking. Most of them, they cannot eat for food that they buy from the restaurant, even if it is the most delicious restaurant. For them, most of them, and it's very common in India, that family, the mother will cook for the children. So it's like it happen for years. So when they go to the university, it's become so stressful, homesick. So it's culture shock for them. A broken heart. Oh my God, who broke your heart? You can complain to the bengkel or something. Minta las. Okay. Fear, okay, bored. Okay, thank you. It's very interesting, but most of you is so happy because you are happy here, although some of you are overthinking and tired and hungry. Okay, when the coffee break will come? Oh, I'm sorry, we have no coffee break, yeah, okay. And no eating or no food inside this room, except
somebody
bengkoang.
on YouTube said that he is feeling lonely.
Oh, okay. He's feeling lonely. Yeah, I saw here also. It's more student put also the feeling lonely. Okay, even if you are in a crowded, you can have this feeling lonely. So it doesn't it's not a guarantee if you are with your friends that you will not feel lonely, because lonely is something that comes from inside. It's the way how you perceive about yourself and your surrounding. Okay, next I think we can go to the next mentee, Mas Operator. What is the common feeling or problem that you have as a university student? That was about the daily life, now it's the common feeling you have as a university student. If you are studying at UII. Oh, okay, drama friend, oh my God. It means drakor, drama friend. What does it mean, drama friend? Ah, I see. Okay, oh, financial and money, that's the same, yeah? Okay. Insecure, parking area. Okay, parking area. What's happened with the parking area? You expect that you can fold your motorbike, yeah, and then put it here. It's like Doraemon. Yeah, unfortunately that won't happen. Friend, what's happened with friend? It's difficult to have friends in the university? Yes? No, depends if the teman jajake or not. What is jajake? Like treat us for food or something. Okay, insecure, money, task. Skripsi is final thesis, like the thesis, yeah. Oh, really? Is there any lecturers here and also supervise the skripsi? Maybe you can make some note that the supervisor, this is the skripsi or the supervisor who make you stressful? Or both? One of them. Okay, the task. Oh, okay, ghosted by lecturer. Oh, I hope I'm not one of it, yeah. Oh my God, ghosted by lecturer. Okay, any example? Seperti apa maksudnya, Mas? You can give example on your perspective. I don't know.
Mungkin kalau menurut saya di ghosting oleh dosen itu ketika mungkin terkait dengan skripsinya Bu, tugas akhir. Jadi yang seharusnya jadwal bimbingan tapi tiba-tiba dosennya tidak bisa ditemui seperti itu.
I think it's better you can translate Pak Herman.
Yeah, it's related with during the consultations for the final project. Sometimes you already have like appointment, weekly meeting, but sometimes the lectures just not showing up and no informations.
Disappear, because now it's very common that students disappear from kos-kosan.
Yeah.
Just want to take a time, but then the family report them they are missing to the police, and then there was an announcement, something like that, but then not found, but actually they come back by themselves to their place. So it's disappear for a while. Okay, so I think for lecture, oh, I saw the head of the study program, yeah, this is very important. No ghosting lecturer. Okay, I think we can go to the next. The next mentee. How do you deal with some psychological issues? Oh, Masya Allah, salat. Salat is praying. Oh, snack. There is snack or not? Okay, depends on the snack. That's okay. How to deal with psychological issues? I push myself. That's the way. Oh, curcol. Curcol is like talking heart to heart. Okay. Diam dan tidur. Okay. Like being alone and then sleep. Watching Korean drama is very interesting. This is Prof. Kim. So I think Korean drama can be one of therapy. No, okay, no. He said no. Okay. Oh, look, keliling Pakuwon. Oh my God, Pakuwon is the name of the biggest mall here. So it's like so it's. Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, that's why I go to shopping around. Not shopping, only around. Okay, window shopping. Okay, window shopping. How many windows you buy? Okay, go to therapy. Oh my God, okay. Sleep deep, talk with friend, pray Netflix. Oh my God, it's confusing, pray Netflix. Okay, take time for my personal space, meet some people, healing, sharing, caring. Listening to Seringai. Who is Seringai?
It's a rock band. It's like
no,
metal,
not this one. Because if we say like this, not good. Not this one also and not this one, but this one. Okay, rock. Journaling, listening, music. I push myself to experience it all. That's the way. Very interesting. Munching, fishing. Fishing where? To the market? Oh, embung. Oh.
We have like
because
a small
I'm from
lake,
Bantul.
so they go fishing in
so
the
I
lake.
say, embung. Okay.
Telepon mama.
Telepon mama, call mama. Oh. Sometimes you receive the message, this is mama, can you send money to mama? Have to be careful ya.
Mama minta pulsa.
Mama ask for pulsa, okay. Coklat, okay. Hiking, mengaji, Masya Allah mengaji. Reading Quran. This is a fake or real? A myth or a fact? A myth or a fact? We can make also this quiz, Go to hospital, a myth or a fact? Shopping, myth or a fact? Bengong. Oh, it is difficult to translate bengong. Maybe I can show you the expression Prof. Kim bengong is like something like that. It's difficult to translate bengong.
K-pop.
Mukbang, what is that?
Mukbang. Mukbang is like eating a lot, like very big size.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. That's why you need to move like me, So you will reduce your weight after this. Okay.
Watching K-pop also?
Oh yeah, but it's not a therapy. Prof. Kim said that it's not a good thing, Otherwise you will finish all the tissue, right? Everyone is crying. I don't know why drama Korea is like that. I'm sorry, Prof. Kim. I'm not one of the fans. Okay, so give applause to all of you who respond for this. It's really great, and we can go back to the PPT.
Mukul orang.
Oh my God, so okay.
Hitting somebody.
Hitting somebody. So we go to the next.
Violence.
Okay, how do you assess your mental health? This is also the questions. How do you know that you are in a good mental health or you are not in a good, like in a unhealthy mental situations? How do you assess? You can ask Google, Mas. How do you assess, Mas? Bagaimana tahu kalau sedang sehat mentalnya atau tidak? Cara tahunya bagaimana?
Mungkin kondisi itu, kondisi badan gimana sehat.
Kondisi badan, misalnya.
Fit apa enggak masuk?
Oh, fit apa enggak? Semacam masuk angin apa enggak? Gitu.
Ya enak badan.
If you are masuk angin, will you go to the emergency or just kerokan? Okay. Pak Herman, need help to translate, help.
Yeah.
He has finished.
My student actually.
Oh, yes, okay. Then you can continue to ask him.
Jadi gimana? Kita selesaikan secara yeah, sometimes you just feel like, not feeling well physically.
Oh, physically not feeling well.
Yeah.
So means that something happened with your mental.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's not feeling well, it means maybe something wrong with the
Mental state.
yeah,
Okay,
mental
thank you, Mas. Your name and your name you can say to Pak Herman ya. We will increase your point.
No door
Okay.
prize for
Oh,
him.
no door prize. Yes, door prize. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. As a staff. As a staff, because staff also has problem. Yes. Budian, please use the mic so the one on YouTube can listen to you. Yeah, both of you. Yeah. Ya, Mbak Gita.
Bahasa Indonesianya
Boleh.
bagaimana mengenali kondisi mental
Tahu
kita
kalau ada
sehat
masalah
atau
dengan
tidak?
mental itu gimana caranya, Mbak Gita?
Kita sedang sehat mental atau tidak, tahunya dari mana?
Kayaknya ini Bu, perasaan, maksudnya kayak tiap hari uring-uringan atau
tiap hari
kayak
uring-uringan, kalem-kalem aja.
Gitu.
Uring-uringan means PMS.
So according to Mbak Gita that
Terima kasih.
when she feels not good, maybe moody, there is mood swing, maybe angry or bad tempered, it means something wrong. Dian.
Thank you so much, Mas Herman. So you are the fourth speaker actually. Thank you, Mas Herman.
Moderator and translator.
Okay. So this, I want to show you this. This is the mental health continuum model. You can use this, maybe it will help, but actually it's very subjective. Anyone can recognize what's happened with their mental state. It depends on you, but you need to know yourself well. That's why compare yourself to others might become a disaster. If you have heard about be yourself, what does it mean be yourself? It's a good thing. I mean, be yourself means that it's not necessary to compare yourself with others because everyone is unique. You need to embrace the diversity, right? That everyone is different. Even not only everyone, things is different, nothing is the same. Okay, even in every second, changes happened. So uncertainty situations happened. So this is the mental health continuum model. You can see here that healthy, reacting, injured, and ill. So this is the continuum. You can take a look at the symptoms. If you are healthy, you will normal sleep pattern, you will have that. Physically well, full of energy. Right now, you are full of energy, consistent performance, socially active. But if you feel that, okay, I think I want to withdraw a while from my friend, and I will say to my friend, sorry, I don't want to talk for a while, don't contact me. I will off a while from my internet connections because I have no money to buy the internet connection pulsa. So something like that. So you can take a look which one. For instance, directly you are very lazy. Oh, you postpone many tasks, many assignments, many things, like you want to do nothing. Like what Winnie the Pooh said, do nothing is the best thing to do. That's Winnie Pooh, but you are not Winnie Pooh. Okay, so it means that you are still reacting. If you feel that, okay, I'm now more exhausted, it's easily to get exhausted, very tired easily, unable to fall or stay asleep, that we are in this ill state. What should we do? We can seek consultation as needed. That's important. Seek help is important. Don't think that you are a person who can solve all of the problems. As mentioned previously, that problem solving is part of the happiness state. Yes, we agree that, I agree that. But it doesn't mean that you have to take all the burdens by yourself and you don't want to share with others about the problems that you have. It's not like that how it works. If you are in a healthy state, you will focus on the task at hand. That's the action that you can take, and maintain healthy lifestyle, identify and nurture support system, something like that. So this continuum model help you to recognize the symptom that you have and the action that you can take. You can add more. It depends on you, what make you comfort. 5 minutes? Oh my God, time fell. Okay, so should we need check? Okay, 5 minutes. So this is the common mental health problems among university students. It's based on the research. If you are a university student, that maybe you will find this thing. Anxiety, depression, suicidal, that's the top mental illness. Don't be proud of it. And then social isolation, academic stress, cultural adjustment, and eating disorder. So this is the symptom of the anxiety. I will be fast, like feeling stress, irritability. When someone say, oh, what's happened with your nose? It's a little bit red and there is pickle. My God, why? Why you have to take a look? So that's called irritable. Okay, shortness of breath. Sometimes students say, oh, I need to go to hospital. It's difficult for me to breathe. Maybe it's not because of the physical illness. Maybe it's because of the psychological symptoms that you have. Suicidal ideation, that is the idea, even just an idea, but it's dangerous. There is a theory also about the passive suicidal action. It's passive. Passive means that every day she or he try to think about how to suicide, how to finish the life. It's difficult, yeah. This is the symptoms, many, from the speech, the mood, the behavior, like withdraw from friends and family. So if you recognize that your friends try to withdraw from the society, from the groups, okay, so you need to move forward, ask, right, and try to know what's happened with her or with him. Next is depressions. So people going through a depressed period because it's based on the experience that they have. Symptoms like these: changes in sleep, feeling sadness, increased pessimism, like, oh, it's not possible to do. It's difficult for me. I cannot do that. It's always like making a block to move forward. That's part of this depression symptom. Okay, next is about loneliness, that you have mentioned about lonely, feeling lonely, triggered by the absence of the preferred cultural or linguistic environments. Okay, and these same cultural words are often crucial for international students. Why? Because first, they feel different. Second, they don't know what's happened in the environment. They don't know about the language. They don't know about the situations. They feel different because of the food. They cannot taste it delicious because they have the food has a different taste and so and so. So this happened. Once you feel that you are like an alienation, and then you feel lonely. So be aware of this because it's really dangerous as well. If someone feel lonely and being in a high state of loneliness, things can happen. The worst is about suicide, not only just depression. And this is the academic stress, you know. Have you experienced this? Yes, okay, that's good. So you know, it's easy to recognize having negative thoughts. Cultural adjustment problem. This is that I mentioned about homesickness. Culture shock. Have you experienced this culture shock? Yeah, because masakan Padang is really different here. Okay, people said in Jogja, gudeg is very famous, and you try and oh my God, it's like only sugar inside. Yes, they said yes. Okay. And when you go to the Padang restaurant, you expect that, oh, it's very spicy and so salty, and oh, it's a sweet and not so spicy, right? Yeah, okay, right. So this kind of honeymoon phase, you are so exciting. I'm now at UII first. I'm in my university in a new town. Getting exciting, but after that, you get confused, self-doubt, and you are in a culture shock. But then you try to adjust, you try to accept the situation, you do the initial adjustment, and if you fail, you will get mental isolation. But if you succeed, okay. And after that, you can adjust, you can accept the situations, that the phase of the culture shock. It takes time. Maybe 1 year, for others maybe 1 month is enough, for others maybe 3 months. And this eating, any of you experience this eating disorder? Not yet. Eating satay, not only 1 portion, but 3 portions.
Yeah, they call it mukbang now.
Oh, mukbang. Okay, mukbang. Okay, new term. Thank you. This is the symptom like dehydration, irregular heartbeat, feeling like eating out of control. Like even your friends, I want to eat you. I'm so hungry, my God. Okay, so this happened because I have also a friend when I was in a senior high school. My friend, she was so hungry, and then suddenly she took my finger and then bite so hard. Oh my God, what's happened? So hungry, really hungry. When we will have the break? Oh my God. Okay, that's happened, but I'm not sure whether she has eating disorder. Okay, you have checked this, yeah? We have checked this one. So this is the way, like I mentioned about the belief perspective here. How we try to cope with the situation, with the stressful things. This is a supplement. So anyone can have their own spiritual perspective based on what they believe. This is the happiness in Islam. Submit to Allah. There was a book named it's about emptiness. So how to make ourselves empty, detached from this world. Also in Buddha, when they do this meditation, they do this kind of thing, this mindfulness. Try to detach all the wants, all the world things. So we feel that we will not own all. So we submit all to God and release all things. Make ourselves empty. And it's, feels so easy to live, to live, to enjoy. We feel having an insecure feeling about others, what they will think about me. We will not think about this kind of thing. Just flow. The second is we achieve the ultimate happiness through Allah's grace. So we earn supreme happiness to purification of the soul. So this is the belief also, like happiness in Islam. We try to strive, right? Okay, being grateful. And second, beside the belief perspective, also the coping strategy that you can do. Like there is a research from Professor Bryn Brown about the power of vulnerability that's mentioned by Dr. Asma. It's necessary to understand that we are a vulnerable person. We are not as strong as Superman, Superwoman, Spider-Woman, and Wonder Woman. Oh, sorry, about woman, because I'm a woman. Not Batman, not others, but we are really imperfect person. We have many weaknesses. This is we should realize. Okay, I'm very vulnerable in this kind of thing. If someone, for instance, talk loudly to myself, I feel so small and I will cry. That's my vulnerability. Okay, then avoid this kind of things. Try not to make someone speak loudly to you, so you know how to behave, and so and so and so. This vulnerability will help us to improve. And then realize that we all need help sometimes. This is also important. So you cannot just solve your own problems. You are not the last man standing. We are still living with others. Think rational to find the problems. Sometimes women, especially female, we try to use our emotion first. I'm so angry. Why is it like that? Why is it like that? She wrote like this, like this, like this. But try to think. The content, what is the content of the message? Build mental, physical, spiritual health literacy skill. This is also important. How to make yourself healthier, physically, mentally, spiritually. You can join the yoga class, yeah, Bu Hazira, yeah. Every Tuesday at 4, there is yoga class free in the Faculty of Psychology and Social Science. It makes you feel healthier and so. Build resilient skills like the bounce back, like a tennis ball. The stronger that you throw the ball, it will bounce back stronger. It's not like egg. You throw it and then it's break. Engage and improve our spirituality and mindfulness. And seek support. This is information. Self-help seeking is good. That's important. Like psychological first aid. We do something for ourselves first. And then professional counseling. You know this, besides Student Counseling Center, we have also Center for Applied Psychology, but of course the fee is applied. And social support, like family support. I did my research about youth leadership. And then I found that the strongest connections within family is between the daughter, son with mother. So mother has the biggest role here. Peer support, individual or group. For international students, we have WE Global. Because, we have around 135, I think, for international students studying here in the university from 24 countries. These 24 countries, it's not just country like Singapore, Australia, Germany, something like that. We have, yes. But we have also from Afghanistan, from Palestine, from Pakistan, from Sudan, from Nigeria, from Libya, from Liberia, Gambia, so many, 24 countries. And they are coming from difficult situation countries. If you understand these situations, you know how to engage with them. And they know how to engage with us. It's also important. Like positive community that we can rely on. If we can build this together, this will give a systematic support positively. So how mental health relate to our well-being? So you can take a look at this and then check every day. It's up to you. This is just simple things to check. Oh, I'm also not having a good energy. Okay, I'm still coping, or I'm still struggling, or I'm overwhelmed. This is just simple things to measure about our mental situations, mental health. Laurie Reiners is a professor, and she has been working in California, one university, and mentioned about the Thrive model. So sometimes if we feel pain, we are in a painful situation, we feel suffer. Sangat menderita saat merasa sakit. But most important is that how we try to thrive. Seperti tanaman ini, like these plants, to thrive, to growth again from the suffering situation. We are not living only try to survive, but also to thrive, to growth. It's not about personality trait, but psychological characteristic, maybe mentioned by Professor Kim in the research about the psychological capital, interchangeable influence through intervention, and supportive environment. So start from ourselves. If we start with the positive things, it will, spread to our friends, and we have a good, positive, supportive environments. In the university, in our classroom, in the kos-kosan, in our friendship, in our relationship. What is striving student? Engage with challenge. So if you cannot take the challenge, you just waiting something happened. That's make life boring. So take the challenge, engage with the challenge, take initiative, give ideas. Don't worry about what other people about you. Doesn't matter. It's not about things it's not about the recognition that we are trying to get or to achieve, but it's about our ideas. Okay? Take initiative, seek information, reframe challenge situations. So try to reframe it. If you got problems, think that this is not a problem, this is the challenge things. What should I do? You need to reframe it and look the lesson learned, what you can learn from the situations that you have. Face the mistake is important. Don't be afraid. Siap salah. That's siap salah. Why? Because we are humans. We live with mistakes, right? But please don't try to repeat again and again, because we learn something from that. And retain sense of humor. Anyone want to laugh? Okay, just tertawa sendiri, doesn't matter. Think about something funny and then you guys get laugh, ha 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 ha. Okay, it's also fine. So it's not necessary to use Menti, because we don't have much time.
49 minutes already.
Oh, okay. What brings your happiness in the university life? Maybe one of you can raise your hand. They will get their prize, right? Okay. Any door prize? Once? We can share what brings your happiness in the university life. Apa yang membuat Anda bahagia? Yes? Relations? Relationship with friends.
Bisa pakai bahasa Indonesia, Bu ya? Kebetulan saya anak ekonomi Islam dan dosennya care ke mahasiswa, jadi saya suka sama lingkungan yang dosennya itu peduli ke mahasiswanya dan teman-teman yang saling support gitu.
Thank you so much. Yes? When you? You can repeat once again?
I said it when I complete.
He's happy when he finished his task. Assignment for lecture.
Okay, yes, thank you.
And the other one's happy.
Salsabila. Your name is Salsabila, right? Salsabil. Your name is Salsa? Oh, Saveria. Salsabila is your roommate.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone? What makes you happy? Yes, Mbak?
Okay, my happiness in the university life is I can final my undergraduate thesis and get work before I'm graduate, and of course make my parents proud of me.
Oh, thank you. Give applause, everyone. So great. Thank you so much. So I will skip this, the idea and insight to improve your mental health. I think you know this already, but it is important. I will not ask you, this is just our reflection that caring is important, sharing and caring. How will you help your friends to deal with mental health problems? Because if you check in Google and write, bunuh diri pada mahasiswa, suicide among students in Indonesia, how many from the search, how many you can find? It's a lot, really. It's also happened in our university, some students suicide, right? Some times ago. Okay, so what can we do? What can you do as friend? So this is just a supplement. The only way to fight anxiety is to have the remembrance of God and have faith, worship Him and stay close. Why? Because we put all trust to God and let God decide what's happened, the results. We do our best. That's like that. Seems easy but difficult. And last but not least, I would like to conclude, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can, finish what you start. This is from Arthur Ashe, and I highlight the last one. Arthur Ashe is the very famous legend of American tennis player. Even his name, Arthur Ashe Stadium, is the largest stadium in the world. Okay, thank you very much for your attentions, and I hope that you can take the benefits from this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Dr. Dian, I'm really sorry I have to stop you because it's already 10 minutes extra. Yes, because hunger is also one of the cause of mental health issue, right? Yeah. Okay, everyone, without further ado, now I would like to invite the three of our speakers, our panelists. Let's give applause to all of them. Professor Kim, Dr. Azma, and Dr. Dian. Now it's your time to do your counseling session. No, just kidding. No, it's not counseling. Q&A. You can give comments and questions. Actually, Dr. Dian has started the Q&A. Professor Kim also did that. But feel free if you have, yes. Please come forward or at least stand up so we know where you are. And the committee will give you the microphone. Okay, committee, please move to the questioners. Please mention your name and where do you come from and what's your question and to whom do you address your questions. Yes, please. Yeah, if it is not working,
check,
Thomas,
check. Okay.
Yeah, it's working. It just takes time. When you turn it on, it takes time. Yeah, please, just speak.
Check.
Yeah, check. Yeah, clear. Yes, please, yes. Okay, I'll give you my mic then. Yeah. You're a rocker, yeah? Yeah, come forward, yeah.
Okay, thanks for the time. Yeah, first my name is Muhammad Hakimi Harid from the Faculty of Psychology and Social Cultural Science. Yeah. Here I will not ask you, but I will answer the question from the third speaker about how we now problem in mental health gitu. How we now. I think in university life, if you have money, yeah, your mental health is okay. But if you don't, if you have money, your mental health is very dangerous, sir. Yeah, because more problem in university life from money, and money answer for all problems. Thanks.
It's not a question, but it's a comment that according to him, source of mental health problem is money. No money, no problem. Yeah. Prof. Kim, you choose. Okay, here. Yeah. Yes, please stand up and yes.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 아지자투 라마입니다. 아지라라고 합니다.
진짜?
김 교수님, 질문이 있습니다. This is question because I'm curious, and how can student in Korea be considered happy student? Because as far as I know, there are many demands, especially regarding education and career attainment on students in South Korea, and they can be trigger for burnout. So how are students happy in South Korea? And the next question is, how do we identify our feelings if we feel happy, but at the same times we also feel sad? Thank you very much and kamsahamnida.
Kamsahamnida. Siapa tadi namanya?
Azizatur Rahmah.
Aziza.
Yeah.
Let me.
Do you want? Let's answer it directly,
Yes,
Prof. Kim,
I will
unless
answer
we'll
the
forget
question.
it. In Korean.
In Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're interested in Korea and not Indonesia. I'm not interested in Korea, but more
Even
Indonesia.
his jacket is Seoul here.
Let me give you statistics. Korea has the highest suicide rate, highest divorce rate, one of the highest mental health problems in the world. So congratulations, we're number one. And so the reason is we developed very quickly in the last 60 years. It took Britain 300 years, United States 150 years, and Germany about 70 years. So the problem is 40% of young Koreans will not get a job. 40% will live alone in a small cubicle. The other 40% will live with their parents until the age of 40 years old. They have given up on marriage, family, and children because they cannot buy a house. They cannot buy a car. So this is the reality of Korea. And so when you have economic development, the problems of money is solved, but not really. So you said, if I have money, all my problem is solved. So please buy a lottery ticket and win billions of rupiah, and I'll guarantee 67% of you will be miserable and unhappy. 33% who are happy are those people who are already rich because they know what to do with the money. So if you have a lot of money, you lose relationship, your spirituality, and your connectedness to the community. So if I want to make you unhappy, I'll buy you a lottery and make sure that you win. Okay? So the statistics are terrible in Korea because all the companies have moved their manufacturing abroad to China, Indonesia. Hyundai is coming to Indonesia. That means Koreans will lose their job in Korea. Okay? So are Korean Gen Zs miserable, depressed, and suicidal? No. It's the older generation who are like that because they focus on achievement, successful, looking beautiful, and getting social recognition. So if you want to be miserable, focus on money, focus on beauty, focus on recognition, because you will not be rich, successful, or beautiful. Okay? So what the Gen Zs are doing are focusing on experience. Rather than owning a car, rent a car for a weekend and spend with your friends. Mukbang is unusual, but a lot of students look for restaurants and they wait for 1 hour and experience the food, okay? Or go on a small trip by themselves. So rather than owning, experiencing. Secondly, they maintain good relationship with their friends, but now they have more friends through online community, okay? So online e-commerce that are very profit-centered can be terrible for you. So a lot of Korean students learn how to get a job, how to prepare for interview, what company you should seek, okay? And if you work for Samsung, Hyundai, or LG, they don't like their boss because they're very oppressive. So they develop a community within Samsung, same age, different department, and you share information. So the beauty of what's happening is economically, Korea is stable. You can get whatever you want, but they don't help you with the mental health, psychological, and social issues. So they develop their own solutions. So I'm amazed how the young people are optimistic. They're concerned about the environment because it's getting warmer and more dangerous. They're concerned about social issues, about injustice or unethical behavior in Russia and Israel and United States. And they become socially active. So Gen Zs are the most educated and digitally connected population in our history. But the future is not that bright in terms of climate, in terms of your government, and in terms of social issue. But they're happier. Why? Because they focus on experience, not what they don't have. But you can, if you worry about money, go to Malioboro and buy nasi goreng for 6,000 rupiah, right? You can go to the river area and talk to your friends, okay? So it is the experience. And also, the final comment I would like to make, is it better to focus on your strength or focus on your weakness and overcoming your weakness? What would you rather do? So you like to focus on your strength, or you like to focus on your weakness to overcome your weakness? Because if you focus on your weakness, you will feel bad. And it is very, very difficult to change your weakness, your personality, the way you look, okay? So it's better to focus on your strength and build on your strength. But you have to develop friends who have strength that is your weakness, okay? So when you interact with your friends, you learn from your friends. So it is very important to develop friendship, diverse, where their strength is your weakness. So when you are with a group of friends, there is no weakness. My weakness is covered by my friends. So we tend to associate with people who are similar and who have the same strength and same weakness. And you always talk about the problem. And that makes you feel bad. So you have to develop friendship with people who are different, okay? But there's a problem in terms of communication. There's a problem in terms of trust. So the most important thing is, what is your purpose in life? You can't know yourself. It's very difficult. What is the purpose? Where do you want to go? And how do you want to get there? Is there someone else with a similar purpose? They may not be Indonesian. They might be someone different. So why am I in Indonesia? Because I'm interested in indigenous and cultural psychology, and my colleagues want to do the same thing. So can we do it together? And so when I'm in Indonesia, my colleagues at UEE take care of me in terms of train, plane, and restaurants. And I help in terms of research. So it is through collaboration that you can be creative. And so love your parents, but don't accept their fear, doubts, and anxiety. Change it. Be friends with your friends, but don't talk about the same thing, do the same thing. It's boring. You're not developing. And most importantly, change yourself in terms of if you're afraid, anxious, doubt. Change it to something positive, okay? And engage in something. In life, talking cures do not work. Counseling is ineffective because just talking about it doesn't change reality. Do something about it, okay? Play sports, play music, meet friends, make mistakes, it's okay. University is the only time when you can make mistake and there's no consequence.
Yeah.
When you get a job, if you make mistake, then you're demoted. You're fired, right? So make mistake. Meet a lot of people. So make a lot of friends, boyfriends and girlfriends, but don't get serious, okay? Be friends, and once you have sexual relationship, then it becomes very intimate, and if you break up, you are traumatized. So Albert Bandura, the most famous psychologist, said, make a lot of friends, same sex, opposite sex. Develop social skill. understand their perspective. But if you become serious, he's my boyfriend, my only friend, you're in jailing yourself to that person.
Yeah.
You're committing that person for the rest of your life. And if you can, just develop the skill. So make a lot of friends, international students, because they're lonely, they don't have any friends, okay? Then learn to communicate and develop skill. And once you know for sure, after you met a lot of friends, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, then become serious. So, as I say, go shopping. When you buy stuff, you through comparison shopping, you go to Malioboro, you go to Pakuaman, and you shop. Then you look, then you choose one thing. Do the same thing with people. Okay? How do you know you can trust them? How do you know you share the same value? How do you know that you have the same purpose? Find out. Okay? So when you spend so much time shopping for things that are 10,000 rupiah, why do you spend so less time selecting friends?
Yeah.
Okay? So develop your social skill, relational skill, and focus on your strength. And your weakness can be covered by my friends. So one of the things that I did, one of the wonderful things about being religious, you have a community, like a church or a mosque where you pray together. So my friends were in church. So my friend was interested in art. My friend was interested in poetry. My friend was interested in bowling. Another friend was very good at dating. So I learned from all my friends these skills. So I'm sorry for counseling psychology. By the time you see a counselor, it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
You have a problem in your family, you have a problem with your friends, and you have a problem with yourself. Yeah. Okay? So the best thing to do is don't go to a doctor. Don't see a psychiatrist. Find out how you can solve it. Because they can give you suggestions, but they don't know your parents. They don't know your friends. They don't know your life. How much help can they provide? If you are in control of your life, if you can manage your life, then the counselors are wonderful. Okay? So one of the topics that we should not talk about is suicide. There's nothing we can do. Okay? And so suicide is interesting, but how can you interview a dead person why they committed suicide? Things we should focus on is depression, stress, daily hassles, things that we can do something about, okay? Or even studying habit, skills. So focus on what you can deal with, what you can solve, because you will create confidence. So if you're good in sports, you need to self-regulate, right? You need to practice. That skill can be transferred to academics, to music, even relationship. You feel like, breaking up and giving up. But you need to develop skills about maintaining a relationship, maintaining a group. So you have an opportunity to participate in many organizations and to meet many people. Where else would you do that? Your family is fixed. Your community is fixed. When you work for a company, it's fixed. You don't have that flexibility. So enjoy your university life, because when you're 60-year-old, like myself, my best years in my life was when I was at university. I was poor. I did not have money. I did not have any girlfriend. And I was the only Asian in the university or school. So these differences can be overcome, okay? And focus on your purpose. What is your purpose in life? What do you value? What is important? What is your strength? And how do you develop it? So one thing that you should never give up is your self-confidence. So in Canada, people said, you look different, you look strange, your eyes are too small, can you see? Okay? And at the university, one day I declared, I'm beautiful. Okay, and all my Canadian friends are, come on. Can you convince yourself you're beautiful? Can you convince yourself I'm intelligent? Then you live up to that potential that you decided for yourself, okay? So this is the theory of Albert Bandura. This is a theory of Peter Drucker in terms of management. If you don't have confidence in yourself, why should anyone else confidence in you? Yeah. If you don't trust yourself, how can I trust you? If you cannot love yourself, how can anyone love you? So these are things that you need to build. It's called character building. And you need resilience. So have a focus, have a purpose. Every single one of you have strength. What is it? Develop it. And surround yourself with good people that you can learn from. And distance yourself with people who are always fearful, anxious, doubting, worrying. Is very draining, is very destructive. So if everybody can be like this, everyone in the world, then a lot of the conflicts will disappear. And so I sound like a preacher in a mosque, but this is result based on scientific research. I better stop here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ustad Kim. Okay, now I'm going to give one here and one here, possible for Dr. Asma and also Dr. Dian. Yeah. Your question is for? Okay. Yes, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First thing first, let me introduce myself. My name is Sardjito Putri. I am an international relations student, batch 2021. So for the first question, let me ask to Professor Kim. So in Professor Kim's presentation, it was explained that one of the painkillers is dark chocolate. However, eating dark chocolate can cause me to become fat. And if I fat, I would be stressed and depressed. And that is pain for me, Prof. So what should I do? And for second question, I want to ask to Miss Dian. So Miss, I like to have a productive day. Even when my day is unproductive, I feel guilty about myself. But Miss, when my day is productive and I feel hectic, I even feel depressed and burned out. I feel completely wrong. So what should I do, Miss? That's all. Thank you.
Okay, the guilty of dark chocolate and being productive but burnout. Okay. That's a difficult question, Dita. Thank you.
Yes, very difficult. Should I answer or
Yeah,
continue to the next?
just answer directly, unless we will forget.
Okay, your questions, I think, focus on our experience. So what I have experienced at your age is that I had this kind of things. But then one of my friends said to me like this, I think the main problem is you are less grateful. I was shocked when she said to me like that. Really? Yeah, I think so. Because if you feel so grateful, anything that you face on your daily life, you feel you are productive. You feel happy with it. Whether you can achieve or you cannot achieve, at least you achieve something, although it's little. So I think the main things that about happiness is that we feel grateful. So we do what we can do. We finish what we have started. So we use what we have. So we don't search something that we don't have, or we try to want something that there is not insist or access here, something like that. So I think more grateful about your every day, every second, and focus on your experience, like what Professor Kim said. It's a more meaningful. So that's what I can say. I hope that
about the chocolate thing.
Thank you.
So do you know why chocolate makes you happy? 2 ingredients, caffeine and sugar. Sugar provides energy. So if you're tired, it gives you energy. And chocolate provides the caffeine, same as coffee, okay? And the problem with that, it works instantaneously, so it goes up and comes down, okay? Yes, so when you drink coffee, I drink coffee in the morning to wake up. Then I'm very tired afterwards. So do you keep drinking coffee? Then you can't go to sleep because you go up, you sleep, then you wake up in an hour or 2. So what is a better solution? Drink tea. Because tea has caffeine, but it goes up slowly and steady. Okay, so tea is an alternative. But the basic problem is if you have to rely on tea, coffee, and things outside your body to maintain your motivation and happiness, you have a problem. Okay? And you could be addicted to chocolate, sugar, and if you are addicted to chocolate, it will make you fat. Okay? And that's another problem. Not only beauty, but in terms of your health, okay? So you are beautiful, even though you're fatter, okay? And if people say, oh, you're fat, I don't like you, well, that's not the right friend. And if your mother says, you're fat, lose weight, ask her, so do you love me less? Okay. Of course, Indonesian mother gives you a lot of nasi and make you fat. So whenever I come to Indonesia, there's so much nasi in my stomach, it's getting bigger. But you cannot eat Indonesian food without nasi. And all my kids, eat more, eat more. Are you trying to kill me? So meditation, prayer, what is it? So with MRI, you can stimulate the happiness part of your brain. So if you meditate and you pray, and if you cannot stimulate the happiness part of your brain, you're not being successful, okay? So what is meditation and what makes us unhappy? We focus on worldly things, like being beautiful, making money, doing well on exam. Meditation is leave the world outside. Focus right now. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I doubtful? And is there any reason to be so insecure? So if you are true Muslim, Christian, or Buddhist, there is no. Because your best friend is God, okay? And in the larger picture, you will be taken care of, okay? You will be protected. And you find peace in God means peace in yourself. And I'm learning about Islam, not the political, democratic Islam, but in terms of lifestyle. My colleague in Bandung is now teaching me about Islam. He said, the first thing you have to do is share your wealth, zakat. You give to other people. Does it make you happy? Yes, especially if you're older. Social contribution makes you happy. So you're giving money for not other people, but for yourself. Okay, if you keep it for yourself, you'll be miserable. But if you share it, that is the basis of happiness. Second thing, you share your knowledge. What you know, you share with other people. And third thing he told me is share your spirituality. And I said, is it in the Quran? He said, it's in the Hadith 1. So there is a difference between spirituality in a religious way, but spirituality in everyday life. So I gave him homework. Go through Quran, go through Hadith. What does it say about our relationship? What does it say about managing ourselves? You said, I'm productive, but I'm stressed. So we say we're equal, but come on, we're not equal. I'm a professor, I grade your paper. How are we equal? Men are equal to men? No, 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 biologically we're different. Women are much more relational and emotional. Men are much more violent, aggressive, unstable, because XY, it produces a lot of testosterone. They're more like chimpanzees. Then women are more like bonobo monkey, caring and sharing. But unfortunately, all our politicians, our leaders are men. So what we need to do is understand and to practice Islam. Your politician, your businesses leaders are not practicing Islam. Are they sharing their wealth, or are they greedy? Are they sharing their knowledge, or are they interested in ranking? Your Minister of Education should be fired. His company is terrible, he's losing money, go to. He doesn't know anything about academia, but he's having all these ranking. We have to be in the ranking number 500 without the support. I think I'm on YouTube, so I might be not able to come to Indonesia again. Why are we so worried about ranking, okay? Because Indonesian university system is terrible, admit it. Faculty members are terrible, admit it. Students are very good. So we have to change the system, not by assessment, ranking, and submitting reports, okay? So to come and listen to the students. What are the things that you want to change? Why is he stuck in Jakarta telling people what to do? Okay? Because you talked about money. Okay, let's solve the problems through scholarship. Okay? For those people who need basic income, like Germany, you got scholarship, basic living analysis. Look at the support system. Look at the publication. So faculty members are forced to publish in English in Scopus Cinta 1, but does university have the support? So there's stress, writing reports. And I would like to tell the Ministry of Education, when you're writing reports, you're not doing research, you're not teaching. So get rid of all these reports. Provide an environment where faculty member can do research, where faculty member can teach, but most importantly, listen to the voice of the students. What do you want? How do you learn the best? And what kind of educational environment should we create? So the basic problem is professors talk too much, like myself. Parents talk too much, like your parents. But the current generation know what you want. You're highly educated. And your parents live in the past. So you want to live like what you lived 30, 40 years ago? So you have to believe in the students who are the future generation. You have to have a voice. Tell your faculty member that material is boring. And students get together and boycott the class if the professor is terrible, okay? And tell your rector, why is there no parking here? How do we come to university if we cannot park the motorcycle? So get rid of the parking for the VIP and allow students to park there. Because rectors, they have cars, and cars can be parked outside. Why do they make it convenient for themselves and all the bureaucrats and terrible for students? Is it ethical? Is it educational? So what I'm saying is something radical. Take control of your life. You're paying tuition fee. Demand better education from your faculty member. Demand better facility from your rector. And demand better support from the Minister of Education. So people say this is not Islamic. Yes, it is. 1,000 years ago, Islam was the basis of knowledge, mathematics. So you should surrender to the will of God, but not to politicians. Quran never said surrender to the politicians or your parents. You have to do what is right, but you have to do what is enlightening. So you are the future, you are highly educated, and you know all these things. Don't talk about it, do it, live it, and live your dream, and make sure other people support your dream, because this is your right. And so I'm sending a very radical message, and probably the rector and the deans and politicians are very angry at me, but they should be. You can do much better. And the way you do it is listening to the voice of the students. Let them come here and listen. And I'm sorry I talk too much. I should also listen to find out what you want. And let's do research together. Let's build a community together. Let's build a university together, because you're the owners, not professors or rectors, right? And you have a right to voice your opinion and create what you want. So I'm sorry, by the time you go to the counselor, it's too late. The problem is significant. Solve the money problem, solve the parking problem, solve many of the problems that you face, okay? So don't complain about it, do something about it. Demonstrate, boycott, and lodge a complaint, and create student group to create activism. Create an online community, say, this is what we want. Priority number 1, 2, 3. So the rector come to our student council and tell us how you will solve this problem in 1 month, not 5 years, because you will graduate by then, right? And tell the deans, how will you support a better student experience? If there's a terrible professor, re-educate them, retrain them. You know why? I'm only evaluated for my research. My teaching has no impact on my evaluation. To be very honest, I don't care about teaching. I spend minimum amount of time on teaching because priority is to do research. So do you think that's the right priority from the student point of view? It's not. So if you give me the freedom, do you think I will focus on teaching or research? I have to be very honest. I focus on research, 90%. Teaching, I just read my lecture notes and I'm done. But from a student perspective, if you don't demand this, you won't get it. So it is your right, it is your responsibility, and it is your future you have to determine. And so this is what we need to create, and this is what we need to do. Indonesian students are very good, excellent, but the system is terrible. Faculty members are terrible, not because as a person, because they don't have the support. So we have to change this. And in a democracy, the government has to represent you, and you have to present your voice. And Islam is not just spiritual. You need to create peace, and you need to spread message. So let me stop here, because I would like to have other colleagues to provide their comments and suggestions. Maybe you have some reaction.
Thank you, Pokif. I think it's a very lengthy sharing sessions. I would like to also add in the context what Dr. Dian says on the non-productivity days, right? And I remember one of my friends saying to me that because feeling guilty, especially for those who have fully occupied, is normal. Right? And then I told them this to one of my close friend, and he said, Asma, you actually entitled a day or two off, especially during weekends. I have to be honest saying that with my administrative positions, I really struggle to balance between being a good researcher, being giving lectures, and also attending to those administrative tasks. So most of the time, every day, okay, remember the picture, the photos that Prof. Kim showing? When we get up, you always look on your phone. That was the first thing I did. Okay, and then and the email we keep coming, although it was during weekends, and then while doing your house chores also, you are keep looking on your phone, as if there is no day tomorrow. So my friend said, and then I keep complaining to them, to these friends of mine, I think I have some anxiety. So I feel guilty, I cannot stop, I cannot sleep. At one time, I cannot sleep. I have to tell you the truth, all right? And then my friend said, why don't we do this? Saturday is your reward day. But make sure it also be a productive day. So meaning you don't read your email, you don't do anything related to your office work, but you do something related to your personal. It could be your KPI for that Saturday could be washing your clothes, clean your house, cook your meal, and then go out for lunch if you don't, or you want to cook for the whole week. So that is your KPI. So from that moment, I think it helps, and also one of another KPI is watching Netflix. Although when I told Prof. Kim, is it real about the K-drama? He told me, only today then I know that K-drama is a drama. That's nothing real, right? But that is one of the achievement. So when I started to do that, and then another one is I make sure every Saturday and Sunday I went for jogging, and once in a month I will participate in running event. There are a lot of running event. I am not running half marathon or full marathon, definitely not. Okay, I just took around 5 or 7 kilometers, but it actually helps me a lot in managing my time and as well as managing emotional. And that is the same thing I always tell to my students, because students said, Doctor, there is a lot of assignment. Doctor, you know what? Towards the end of the semester, every lecturer asks us to send the assignment. Is it correct or not? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So can we do that? Yes, I say yes. You are entitled. It's a reward. So when on Sunday you start to prep yourself, so there will be a transition, or else. Remember when during pandemic, COVID pandemic, it is all night and day is the same. For us working, I'm not sure, Dr. Dian, it's almost 24/7. The email and then the meeting, we have to attend it until 12 a.m. and so on. So we have to start our routine. Reward yourself. And another thing is cherish your moment. Don't expect people to celebrate for you. Celebrate for yourself. And that's what I did as a student. Although I just finished one, as a PhD student, we have to write a thesis, right? So although I finished only one paragraph, not a day, in a 2 or in a week, because there's a lot of paper to read and so on. But I usually go and treat myself an ice cream, a nice ice cream. I remember that ice cream, that yogurt ice cream, nama dia Snogo ke apa? But it's in a good mocha at the University cafe. And that is what. Remember, you have to love yourself. And when it comes to the Islam, I remember there is one ustaz said, you cannot make others love you if you don't love yourself. You love yourself first. Then others people love you, and you can love people. If you don't, because if you love yourself, you know what to do, you know when to stop, you know what to control. Your ability to control what's inside your mind is very important. People cannot break you at any event. People maybe can demotivate you, but they cannot stop you from being better, and they cannot stop you to be excellent. All right?
Closing remarks? Closing remarks?
Yeah.
Oh, we done.
Yeah,
we
we're done.
finished already at lunchtime. That's good. Okay, so just one sentence. Nothing is impossible. As what mentioned by Prof. Kim, Dr. Asma, and some of you who respond, friend is God. So when we have God above everything, then nothing is impossible. Just go through your life, live your life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow. To amplify, to echo what has been mentioned by Prof. Kim, Dr. Asma, and also Dr. Dian, again, BTS said, love yourself, right? If you don't love yourself, it's impossible for people to love you, and trust yourself, because if you don't trust yourself, it's impossible for people to trust you. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Let's give a big round of applause for all of us. And in YouTube, we had about 1,000.4 watchers? No, subscribers. But only 5 people watching. Okay, so no questions from the YouTube. Thank you for being here, and thank you again, Prof. Kim, Dr. Asma, and Dr. Dian. I would like to hand the time back to the MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kim, Dr. Dian, and also Dr. Asma. Please kindly stay on the stage because we are going to give you certificate from the committee, and in this occasion. Sorry? Oh, okay, merchandise, not certificate. Merchandise, and in this occasion, I would like to invite Mr. Arif Fajar Wibisono as Director of Student Development to give the merchandise to our speakers. So, could you please stand up, Doctor? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, with certificate as well. Okay. So, we can start from Dr. Kim. Okay, take picture, please.
I did this many times, so.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. And the merchandise as well. Next to Dr. Asma.
You have to shake hands once more.
Oh, once more, okay. Okay, once more time. Okay, one more time, all right. Okay, thank you so much. Next to Dr. Asma, the certificate. And the merchandise. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. And last but not least to Dr. Dian Saryutami. Okay. We are quite confusing.
You haven't done this many times.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, thank you very much to our moderator, our speakers, and also committee for this very wonderful international seminar. Okay, take pictures together, our moderator and also our speakers with committee from Directorate of Student Development.
We have to take photos. Okay.
Oh, we should bring this.
Oh, ini digeserin nggak? Ya, udah ya.
Okay. All right. Alpha. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Freestyle, but please no political sign. Done? Once more. Yeah, from here. So everyone, please move to the center so we can make sure that all of our, yeah. Okay, coba. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, siap. Okay, everyone, please move to the center because it is quite hard for our photographer to take all your pictures together. So those of you who are there, yang itu kelihatan nggak? Okay, okay. Using picture 0.5, wide angle. Okay. All right. Okay, and counting 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Pretending to be happy. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Nice. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So next we are going to have feedback session. So the committee are going to share the link for feedback session. Please. Okay. Okay, so for the speakers, we please you to leave the room to have lunch session. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Dian, Dr. Kim, and also Dr. Asma, you can join Bu Tiwi to have a lunch session. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, please make sure that you. Okay. Thank you, Cigu. All right. Okay, guys, so please make sure that you fill the feedback because we are going to divide a certificate to you based on the list of people who fill in this feedback. So you can access it through the QR code. Okay, and also you can click it through bit.ly/is DPK. Okay, DPK. Bit.ly is DPK. Okay. So we are going to give you some time to fill the feedback because it is very important, and we are going to divide the certificate to participants who fill in the feedback. So make sure that you don't leave this room without filling the feedback session.